Ready to go? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Comedy Corner, and tonight we have a very special guest here, and I swear he has, well, I have got it in his road a brave few times. That's for sure. Korie,
do my thing.
do your thing.
Right, Gareth, we probably have one of the most feared men in the 80s, or 90s and 2000s on a 125. You wouldn't want to be in a race with this guy. Proper journeyman of the whole racing scene over here in the Nationals, and also multiple kind of Ulster and Irish champion Mark Lunney. Thank you very much for coming, man.
Oh, well chuffed. I'm well chuffed. I couldn't believe it when you actually sent the wee text. I thought you were looking somebody else's number.
Not at all, not a legend like yourself.
No.
Oh no! Listen, I've been on it for a brave while, and I would watch the podcast, and I think it was more just thinking maybe it might happen, but it might be way further down the line because there's loads of greats.
Yeah.
So I was honestly chuffed.
Loads of greats in this country, including yourself.
Yes, you're kind of, as we were discussing beforehand, like you were kind of high up on our list because I don't think you get the appreciation you deserve, Mark. To be honest with you, from the outside looking in, do you know what I mean? You've done a lot of
quiet champion.
You're a quiet champion. You've done a lot. You've beat a lot of really good guys. Well, we'll have a sheet on the desk there of the names that you've beat over the years. Like, and I think you definitely deserve for people to hear your story as such. Like,
I think I had plenty of competition to bring me up to that level. And that's why I suppose a lot of us were modest anyway because we've always had like the Joey and Robert Dunlop to look up to, be on the grid with, and I suppose that does, keep you grounded.
Keep you grounded.
I think because really, I remember Jonathan Ray saying that when a lot of the Americans sort of like want to talk about how good they are to get somewhere, which is. It's understandable. There's a lot of Irish riders where they just want to say, no, I just want to do my talking on the track.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's not good either, especially
we do.
nowadays.
No. I feel like we harm ourselves in modesty sometimes. Where, we don't have the big mouth, loud mouth. We do like to do our talking on the track. And it's probably to our detriment sometimes, like.
Yeah, I think so. As you say, I think that happened to me a few times. I think when I was racing that you were expecting, listening to Eugene Laverty's podcast, that was brilliant because I didn't think it went on at such a high level as well.
Yes.
Where maybe you're just expecting, you've been doing the business on the track.
Yeah.
You're expecting it's going to be a good year the following year. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, they went with a rider who's maybe giving the chat.
Give them the mouth a wee bit more.
The gift to the gab.
Oh, right.
And he's a perfect example too because like going to MotoGP and all, and he was so humble. Sitting there, he was more pleased that his brother was scoring points than he was getting his MotoGP ride.
Yeah. When I watched that there, I was thinking, flip me, who was sticking up for you, Eugene?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, he's doing the business, but as you said, it always open your eyes up. Maybe, as you say, the sort of modest. At such a high level, and
a lot like yourself, like because I wasn't joking whenever. He's nudged me out of the road a few times, on the 125. I think. Who you were riding for? Was it KRB or P?
KRB. Yeah, we rode for them, and I'd sort of done a wee bit. Obviously, way back then, I was riding the 125s, 2000, 2001, and the KRB was like 2006. They approached me because I wasn't really doing anything. I sort of had a run at 4 strokes. And I wasn't really doing anything, and they came lucky. And actually just said to me about doing the Northwest, and then next thing you know, we were doing about 3 or 4 years,
right?
And won the Irish Championships with them and stuff like that.
Yeah. That was a fast bag.
And that was good. It was good when we worked. They were sort of new to the road racing.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and I think they bought a TSR, a really nice.
TSR 125?
TSR 125, yeah. And I don't know whether they did have any. I don't think they had sort of any background with the racing at all. I can't mind, but I know that they came on with some riders. I think Nigel Moore had rode for them.
That's right, yeah.
Road race. You know, these guys are doing really well. I was a new rider, Newell, I think. So Newell, maybe doing the clubmans.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I think they were just in sort of limber, and they'd said to me about. Sorry.
Don't know what that was.
Yeah, just when they had said about, well, would you fancy doing the Northwest? Are you not doing anything? And I said, yeah. Next thing you know, I was doing the following year's championship, and it worked really well. It was KRB, it was this Keith R. Boyd.
Oh, right.
And his brother Darren Boyd.
Right,
okay.
And they're actually big into Dungannon Swifts now.
Right, okay. Sponsoring them guys.
Keith is the chairman of Dungannon Swifts.
Right.
So you would see him now on the TV. They won a big cup.
Right, okay.
I don't follow football.
Yeah, I know. It's just with Keith, you know.
It's strange that, you know, two completely different sports.
I think they were always in the football. I'd love to actually ask them, because they're great guys. And my 40th, the wife asked them to bring up my wee old bike.
Oh, have they still got it?
They've still got it. Still got the two of them. They've got the TSR250. Which it must have been an GP bike.
Yeah.
But in my last year and a half, I think they were afraid of getting it wrecked.
Yeah.
Not that it was it wasn't.
Yeah.
I sort of got all them years of crashing.
You got it out.
And it was all pretty good. But I think they just thought, oh, we'll maybe retire the wee bike.
Yes.
And they bought a new model and kitted it out. Well, we never really run kit stuff. I'd say kitted out, just, you know, get it up to scratch a wee bit, and used that for the last sort of couple of years. Bob Patterson was the tuner.
Oh, Bob, yeah.
Yep. And
some man on the tools.
it was I heard in the last wee podcast there, you know, the Keelan and Reese Irwin had mentioned Bob, and he was brilliant, because he you know, tuning the bike. And again, I could relate to, you know, because I obviously got them as a wee run on the bike, because I was good friends with I am still good friends with Ivan.
Yes.
Ivan Urban.
Their dad.
And yeah, so it was nice that they actually mentioned Bob, because it brought some back memories for myself. And he tuned the bikes. He also tuned Philemon's.
Yes, Philemon's, yes.
Philemon's bike. So he was a really top tuner. I think he got Northwest wins and also Grand Prix wins.
He had a two. Did Richard Glasgow ride for him?
Yeah, he had a couple of bikes himself at a stage, like a lot of boys rode. But right, Mark, what we like to do in these podcasts, we like to go back to, like, you know, day dot. So kind of, where did the whole racing influence, where did motorbikes kind of start off in your life then?
So yeah, basically my mum and dad, my uncle, he done motocross. My dad, he would have just had maybe road bike, but they were always in the, obviously, motorbike family. And got my first wee automatic bike when I was 3.
Brilliant.
Like most most racers.
And what wee bike was that?
It was a wee Italia Jet, like a Takamoto.
Right. Okay.
So it was about 3 years of age. I remember we got that there, and usually just round the fields of next to your home, we had playing fields. Yeah. I grew up in Brook Park, which is sort of Ladybrook, Blacks Road, in Belfast.
Yeah, in Belfast, yeah.
And yeah, so went from that there to a 50cc Yamaha Scrambler.
Yeah.
And so the neighbours loved us.
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah.
You're still in the fields at this stage?
Still in the fields, yeah. Still the fields. So Phil, he was doing motocross, and we would just go along, and just really, it was like a Sunday thing more, just, you know, and progressed from there. Phil then, he jacked in the motocross and went road racing in 1984. I think he'd done the Max Grand Prix in 1984 with his good friend Shamie Rice, and that was me then moving away. I wasn't really
in the motocross.
I wasn't doing like what we would call schoolboy motocross. It was fun events.
Right, okay,
really.
yeah.
It wasn't like a championship
Yes, it was more
run.
like an exhibition types races and stuff like
just
that. Yeah.
just sort of fun races that were maybe going on with their particular club races, and then I was going along to the racing with him. So busy. It's Phil.
Yeah, Factory Phil's.
Yes, Factory Phil.
Crow Tree Phil.
Crow Tree Phil, who's actually still racing.
Yeah, he's
and
still
the
back
grand
at
age,
it.
I think he'll be 76.
76?
He'll be 76 in March.
He's 76?
22nd.
Look, he's looking well for 76.
Yes, yeah, that's it. He's still got his hair as well.
Yeah, he's looking good.
What happened?
He's still at the point end of the championships too.
Yeah,
Did he not win? He won the championship last year.
Yeah, I think he's winning his club championships and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he's modest himself. He'll turn around and say that there was maybe only 3 in it.
Yeah, I know.
But he's out there and he's doing it.
He's still doing it.
Yeah. And he took a quick break from racing, didn't he? He's only recently back into the kind of classic scene.
Yeah, I would say 1992, maybe 1983, he had sort of stopped.
Yeah.
Basically when I was, because he was helping me
Yeah.
progress. Of course, obviously with my mum and dad as well, but really, he was sort of still wanting to race. I think he was a few years into getting married, the kids and stuff himself, and just thought, I'll help Mark out.
That's bad crack though.
Yeah.
So then, when did kind of the racing bug start to come in? Was there any? So you're saying about
Yes.
Phil was he kind of translated into kind of the racing then?
Well, Phil, 84, 85, I was still just going to the races with him and stuff like that there, right up to. So then, when I was 15, I remember it was on my licence. It was restricted to 80cc only.
Right.
Yeah, 15 years of age. It's probably old for young
but I thought
racers
that's
now.
like really young for the time. No. Were you allowed to
At the
race?
time, yeah.
There wouldn't be many 15-year-olds would there? Have been?
No.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't. There's probably a few 16, 17. I mean, at the time when I was going into 80cc racing, there was Nigel Jamieson. He might have been. He's only a couple of years older than me.
Yeah.
As you say, it's not like now that there's a big influx of young riders.
Yeah.
There seemed to be.
I was more like, it was from kind of the guys we've been interviewing, like it wasn't until people got to like a working age by the time they started racing.
That's
you're
true,
kind of like a bit of, you still would have been in high school when you started racing short circuit.
Yeah, that's it. As you say, I just was full on motorbikes.
Yeah.
You know, as you say, just at the time,
Yeah.
I don't know, you didn't really want to be learning anything, which is, when you look now, you know, going back to, with Keelan and Reese's podcast, you know, graduates,
Yeah.
you know, unfortunately for me, I just wanted to be a motorbike champion, you know, GCSE, not, you know, I obviously, you know, I done okay, but I didn't go to university, put it like that.
Yeah.
I just, you know, that's all I knew. Being brought up in a motorbike family, it's not like now. I think even most of the young riders are getting taught.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted, I did obviously want to try and get a good stage, not professional, but because when you're at age, you just want to be maybe Irish champion or British champion.
Yeah.
You know, but nobody told you then. It was going like,
there's no academies or no schools or
No
nothing.
school,
like,
no.
You're trying to work it out yourself.
and nobody told you then that really, Mark, you're not going to make a living out of this. You know?
You're still living on the
But
dream.
it was hard because you're going to school and they say, what did you do? And say, I was away racing motorbikes, you know, and say,
Aye, that's cool and stuff.
chatting,
though, like,
you know, getting
Uh-huh.
getting hit with a strap, you know, because you're just chatting all the time, not learning.
What about your parents then? Was there any like pullback from them? Did they want you, or did they not mind you racing and not mind you round bikes?
I must have been doing okay at school. I mean, it's not as if it was, no, it was mostly just, he's happy, you know.
Yeah, he's doing what
That's
he
a
wants
good
to do.
attitude,
Like.
Yeah, and really, that was just full on because even when you know, every night as well, wanting to go down to Phil's, where it was kept at his garage. Go down and work. Work on the bike, polish the bike.
You'd just be surrounded around motorcycles. Like it was
Sounds
just,
familiar,
It was just, just really, you know, I think as you get a bit older, sometimes you do drift away a wee bit, because you think, you know, oh, there's lots of other things you can do. And I think I'd done that when I did stop.
Yes.
But you always go back.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's just that, you know, the people that you meet, and just some of the memories.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But I think it's important, if you want to do wild stuff, and that you have to have a certain tunnel vision when you're young. Yeah. So see, when you're like, as you say, when you're 12, 13, 14, if all you want to do is race motorbikes and you put your focus in it, you will end up being good at what you want to do. Like, so even though you might have not went to university and stuff, you still turned out to be an incredible motorbike racer. But it's probably at that time is when it's most important.
Yeah.
So what 80 did you end up starting off in?
So so when I went from the motocross, it was because I was sort of spoiled. When I look back now, you know, my dad spoiled, because there was the wee Italojet automatic.
Yeah.
There was 50cc Yamaha scrambler. Then I went from that the 80cc CR Honda.
Right. Yeah.
God,
You're going into works material here.
Yeah.
God, I was
Wicked.
spoiled. You know, it was just like
Yeah.
Then, as I say, when Phil racing, we sold a scrambler to buy for it was a scrambler-based road racer.
Right.
So I think they were maybe old 125 frames.
Okay.
Right.
These weren't these red. Remember the red engine things?
No, I think I was like an MT.
That was a motocross engine on a 125 road frame.
It could have been. Yeah. Gareth, it could have been something like that. There was definitely the 80cc Yamaha scrambler-based engines.
And a rolling chassis.
I think a lot of them were, because there was KTM's, Nigel Jamison. I think he rode his uncle's past championship winning. I think Nigel might have won the championship too. But it was a KTM
engine and
scrambler engine, you know, in a frame.
That's a class I don't really know that much about, is the 80cc. I obviously know about it, if you know what I mean, but it was more like a homemade job as such. You see, like the way like a 125 class, obviously a Aprilia or a Honda or whoever, Yamaha at the time, obviously just a 125. It seemed like the 80 class was nearly like a, you know...
I think they just looked more. Yeah, but it's...
Yeah.
A lot of the two-stroke riders then, you know, they made their own stuff and...
I know that. If you know, they had their own kind of way of doing things, but it's just like the 80 class, like, how long did it even last for?
Oh, it must have lasted maybe in 83, 94.
Yeah.
Because so that was my first year, but that was the end of 1990 that I'd done maybe one or two races. So 1991 was my full season. And we were sort of, you know, top 10. I was gradually getting up there. And then it was then get the Grand Prix version, 80cc. So these bikes were raced previously by the likes of Alan Patterson.
Mm-hmm. Right, okay.
The Stewart brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Keith and Trevor Stewart. So these were the bikes that if you wanted to be winning the 80cc's,
you needed something a bit more kind of refined.
There wasn't many scrambler-based ones, apart from, I think, the Jamisons, maybe.
Yeah.
But so there was the Wicks. There was a Wicks sort of ex-Grand Prix bikes, but they were ex-Grand Prix bikes because I think the 80cc class was defunct then in the Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm. Right, okay, yes.
So
and then
these were available.
So these were stuff,
down.
things from like Holland coming over real trick pieces of kit.
Hans Span, funny I should say that. Hans Span, he was a Dutch rider. I think that was one of the ex-Huvo Casals these were.
Oh, yeah.
And that might have been Alan Patterson's one that he won the championship.
Were these the same things that had like 18-speed gearboxes, no?
No, it was 50cc.
50cc.
There was 50cc Grand Prix racing as well. I know, but I was way before my time.
See, like the 80s class over here, was it treated like an entry class? Like when I was racing, was it like a? Do you know? the probably 125s for like in Clubman's is what we would have raced when we were 12 or something, and then you would have went on to your 125s. Was it treated like that, or was there journeymen in it as well?
It was Don Carlisle. It was Lex Gibson. I suppose Don I can think of as probably the elder statesman, I suppose. So there was a mix of older riders, and as you say, there wasn't maybe Eugene McManus Senior. Would you believe he and Alan Patterson, they all started there. So I suppose it was an entry level.
I was a feeder class, but it wasn't meant to be nearly like.
Yeah. And then maybe you only done it for a year.
Yeah.
And then it was straight to 125.
Yes.
So yeah, I think I would say it was the entry level.
Probably the thing. So did you go 125 the following season then?
So no, we got the Huvo Gosal, which was the Grand Prix version, thinking right, win a championship.
Yes.
And funny we mentioned Don Carlisle, because he was the guy who was, you know, he probably wasn't even that old then, but he was probably older than me. Old. You know, I was 16. He was maybe only 30.
Yes.
You know? he was the old guy. Yeah. And Don, funny, he'll never forgive me, because good old Facebook, you know, I think he's living abroad somewhere, but he got in touch and there was a photo, and it was Nuts Corner, and he had the race sewn up. This was maybe middle of the season of 92, and he was the man to beat. There was him, Rex Gibson. I can't really mind. There was other riders, but Don probably sticks out more. And I passed him on the last corner. I think he fell asleep a bit.
Is that right?
You know,
nipped up the inside of him
and won the race.
Yeah,
Brilliant. And that was probably my first win. So I don't know whether it was the start of the 92 or middle of 92. And he's like he brings it up the odd time. It was good banter, I suppose.
Yeah. How did that feel then, getting your first win?
Great.
Yeah.
First proper win. I think it won the year before at maybe a non-championship race.
I closed the club or something.
Yeah, that sort of thing. But yeah, that was great. And me and Don, I think, were fighting for the championship that year. I didn't get it. I think the bike had broke down, something like that there anyway. But it's good memories. The wee Huvo Gosals. I think Stephen Beatty owns it.
He still has it, yeah.
Because his family, they were really big into the 80cc racing club.
Yeah,
right, okay.
Yeah. And he's doing up the 125 and all again, and he's getting it all back into the original colours.
Right.
I was talking to him at the wee show a while back, like, so.
Loves his bikes.
He loves his motorbikes.
Let's see, Daddy, or would you've been getting a lot of racing in a year? So obviously you would have had your Akadoo, Nuts Corner, Bishop's Court, Kirkistown, Mandello. Would it have been like an every weekend affair?
It seemed to be.
Yeah.
It seemed to be, yeah. I mean, as you say, they weren't closed to club, these tier ones, but it was clubs that would just run.
A race.
There was a Claddie club. There was a Claddie club that run classic races, but also here 80cc guys, you come to, and when you were that age or whatever, it didn't matter if it was championship or not.
You just wanted to go out racing.
You know, and it was probably only a £5 an entry.
Yeah, brilliant.
You know, you look at it now, me.
I know.
But
so anything at all, you just, there's a race this weekend, that's good.
You were away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just seemed to be you were racing all
the time. Like,
all the time.
And like, the likes of your 80, was it kind of expensive to run? Like, you wouldn't have been throwing tyres at it, surely?
No, I think that's why we sort of slept in a bit with the Huvo Gosal. We thought we probably never, I think it done a main burn or something like that there, it wrecked itself. And went like, shit, put us out of action for like 2 races.
Yeah.
Probably a bit naive as in maintenance, as you say, you know, things going on forever. I mean, we were probably putting on one set of slicks to do as the year.
I do see year.
Because the year previous, I was running treaded tyres.
Yeah.
You know, and it was probably the same tyres that they bought the bike with.
Bought the bike?
Yeah, yeah.
Because the 80cc and the power, I suppose, it wasn't real, they weren't
moving
wasn't
that
doing
much.
all that for, you know.
They would do some revving, but don't they?
Oh, yeah.
What would they have been revving to? 16, 17,000?
It must have been 17,000 now, you know, you're talking to memory now, even 17, 18,000, I know.
Jesus Christ.
I remember, as you say, going from motocross, you know, getting onto that 80cc Yamaha.
Yeah.
And thinking, it won't go.
Yes.
I was going to say Granda there. Yeah. I won't go, Granda. I won't go, Uncle Phil. I won't go, Dad. It won't go. You know, you have to clutch it.
Yeah.
They
Still
just
won't go.
just never went.
Yeah. It was such a contrast, to go from motocross to these wee, as you say, wee revvy machines. You know? And funny, as I went on racing later, I was getting known for being a real quick starter. I couldn't get these back then. I couldn't get these wee things off the line. I don't know where we were push starts. I did have a go at. I was in that sort of era
of
push starts.
Right.
I might have been. With the 80cc still doing push starts.
Imagine that was still a thing. I'd still be doing laps around Kirkistown.
Trying to bump start in the Superbike.
That would have been a crazy kind of way to do it, just kind of bump start.
Yeah, that's how old I am.
So it wouldn't have been so bad in the wee bike, right enough.
No.
You could try to do it, but...
As you say, it was obviously a technique, but as I say, I wasn't getting it. Especially with
didn't get it.
I remember the wee Hoover Gusal being maybe last away, and having
to fight your way through.
Because you were always first into the first corner. You're always guaranteed if you put a bet on for Mark to be first into the first corner, you'd be guaranteed a win.
Whole shop money, that's fine.
100%. Whole shop money,
Whole shop
I
money.
just mastered the technique and realised you only got 8 lap race.
That's the problem.
Around here, and
you can't win the race. Start being you lose it, like
sprint races.
So, how many years did you do the 80s?
So then went in 1983. Again, lucky enough to have a supportive family. Sold them bikes, and I think at the end of 1982, Mark Coates, he'd been doing pretty well. And Ernie had mentioned to me, Uncle Phil, that they were selling his 125 Honda. And the ears were pricking up, and I was going, please. He actually gave me a run on it. I had to close the club in 92, but it was like the handicap race, they used to call it. So,
the fastest started at the back.
Let me get away, and I'd won the race, but obviously the good guys had to wait.
Yeah.
But
got you. Yeah.
I remember thinking, it was so smooth down the gears. This was what I could do. I used to do. Remember the fancy dress?
Yes,
that's right,
yeah.
In the year, it was just like a dream. Din, 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 and such a dream to race. And I was like, yeah. But what we done was we went. The Adrian Coates, he was racing a Rotax, 125.
Yeah,
that same year, and see under the Ernie banner, I think. I know obviously Adrian had his own sponsors. So the two bikes were up for sale, and we went, because at the time my uncle had a 250 Rotax. It was an ex-brand Reed 250 Rotax.
Yes.
In 92?
In 92, yeah. He had bought that from Joe Phillips. Carl, and it was rode by Leslie McMaster.
Oh, right, okay.
You're throwing some big names back here.
I know. So Phil had bought that from Joe Phillips then. This was the 250 AMC.
Yep.
1988.
Yeah.
Ex-brand Reed.
Flips.
Yeah.
Like, I know. He wishes he still has it now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm sure he does.
So he had bought that there, and then he had quit. So he had said to me, if the opportunity comes up, I'm not going to sell it. You can maybe go have a few runs out on the Clubman. But I was only racing 80cc, so a 250 was like a monster
big jump,
Yeah,
like,
it's
to
like
me.
a superbike compared.
Yeah. So I did have a few runs on it, and I actually done pretty well. I think it was lucky because of the drive it was getting with the Rotax. It was like, I was actually quite manageable.
Yeah.
And had a few good runs. John Creeth.
Yes.
John Creeth. He was racing the club. I think he was Clubman champion on the 250 V-twin Yamaha. By that time, then the Rotax was getting a bit.
I was getting a bit tired.
Getting a bit tired, yeah. But still a dream to race, and that's why I think Phil decided maybe 125 Rotax.
Yes,
because that 250 was still hanging around, and thought there's such a beautiful bike.
Yeah.
And we went down that route. Everybody was Honda.
Yes.
It was probably not.
The
It wasn't
soup
the way,
of the day, like.
it wasn't the way to go, but you wanted to be different.
We wanted to be different, and
so was there a Rotax chassis as well on it?
it was a Spondon frame. It was a Spondon frame, made in England. And the Rotax engine, it was their like cart engines.
Yeah.
Great great drive. I think it was more just top end. Didn't really have the top end.
Yeah.
And it was always good in the wet. It was just such a drivable bike.
Yeah.
They didn't have the carb on the front, did they? The Rotax?
I think it was disc
valve.
Disc valve, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And so would this been in Clubman's, or would this been in the kind of the Nationals as we know it?
So in '93, yes, it was going to Nationals. Yeah,
It was going straight to Nationals.
Going to Nationals. You know, as a cocky 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Thinking,
I think you're going to rule the world here.
I'm going to have it. But then you got it on the grid with Joey Dunlop, Robert Dunlop, back then, Fallon Owens, Darren Gawley.
Yeah.
Alan Patterson had maybe went to 250s by then.
Yeah.
But really, you know.
You had the cream of the cream
Jim
there.
Falls. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but yeah, it was just like, you got an eye opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the grid with all these legends.
You know, on the grid. And the run heats then.
Right,
so
okay.
it was that many 125s out that there was 2 heats.
Mm-hmm. So there could have been like 61 125s out there in the day?
Well, mightn't have been maybe 40.
Maybe 40, still healthy.
Still,
like.
yeah, maybe yes. It was still a lot. There was 2 heats. So
Yeah.
maybe if you were getting maybe 4th, which I had done, things were going well.
Yeah.
Maybe 4th in the heat, thinking great, but that's only a heat.
There's only one heat.
Heat B, you know.
So odds and evens quite
Heat A
different.
had all the good riders. Yes. And they had, you know. So when you looked at the grids come out, row 8.
What happened fourth?
You know, they were, but great years, you know, because as I say, you had all these guys, and then they were all going over and doing British Championship and
coming back, and then you're obviously racing against them, so you're learning off what they've learned.
learning
Then.
off, and you know, we were talking maybe earlier, as you were saying about when did you eventually get to England? Late. You know, because you know, always told you really need to be winning. You need to be able to get to the front.
Yeah.
Of the Irish Championship, because it was so healthy.
Yeah.
As you say, so much.
Because they were running the front over in England and the Grand Prix as well.
You kind of had the level over here. It was probably not even appreciated at the time. Like, as you say, you always show yourself when it comes to like the sunflower and stuff. When people come over, that you're fit to be the reigning British champion of that year. Like,
yeah.
But
it was just the pedigree. It was just unreal. And 93. What happened was then the European Championship was given. Ireland.
Yeah, it was given
around. So again, that was a big thing because not everybody could sort of be involved in that there, but it was maybe 7 or 8 out of the 125 Irish, and I was lucky enough.
Oh, did you get an entry?
To get an entry.
Right.
So
and this would have been a Kirkistown?
This was Kirkistown, yeah. So I was trying to remember the names today, but it was the Team Italia, Aprilias and all of the 125. I can't mind. I don't think checking out. I'm just trying to think. Maybe was he doing?
I think
there's names.
Yeah, I read like a Road Racing Ireland article about it. It was Regiani or something.
He might have been 250.
I might have been in the 250s, but there was a lot of prestigious 125 riders at the time who went on the Grand Prix. Like.
Yes, I was trying to remember, but yeah, Team Italia had arrived. You know, it was like the big thing. You know.
Mm-hmm. What did you have to do to get picked? Was it just put your name in a hat, or
I'm not really sure.
You were getting the results at that stage?
I think it's probably some guys just didn't want to do it, thinking.
Oh right, okay.
I don't want to be anywhere near that. Like,
I maybe just thinking I don't have the bike for it, or I don't, or maybe it's just not for me. I can't even mind, you know. But I do know that we were parked beside Ian Locker. He was running Aprilia because we had got friendly with a guy called Jack Wilkin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jack Wilkin, the tuner.
Yes,
from Belfast.
Yes,
yeah.
You know, a gentleman who wouldn't.
Very smart man.
Yeah. Very smart, and at the time wouldn't charge the whole lot. We didn't have, you know, we're just a family-run team, so we were great. We were grateful to have Jack on board. You know, so we were running the 250 Rotax, which he just loved to maybe do wee updates to.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't breaking any depth in the Irish Championship national championship on the 250 Rotax. You know, yeah, same again. You were lining up with Alan Irwin. You know,
Alan Patterson.
Patterson.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, these Hondas and Aprilias.
top 15. You were doing well. You know.
Yeah.
And then I was running the 125 as well at the same time. But we went to Kirkistown. You had to go through the whole same thing where, you know, the medical, the license, the grade A license. There was a whole.
Before you even started?
Yeah.
So your license wouldn't have counted for
I think
it?
it was international. I
I
don't know
think
why
it's
it
like an
was.
FIM license affiliated, like,
Like a Super A license?
So, Super A, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of that. It was exciting. It was exciting. So I think the top runners then, probably that were looking to get a result, were Falamones, Darren Gawley, Jim Falls. I can't really mind of any other guys.
I remember reading that Robert Dunlop done it 1 year, like, and I think he actually won a year in 91 or something, but I could be wrong with that.
I
Like.
think that might have been the year before, 92.
Yeah.
So, because funny, I was trying to think today, did they come here twice?
I came a couple of times.
Because
Like,
I know they came to Mandello, because we're talking about Mark Coates, he actually won a round.
Right, okay.
I think it was in the wet, but you
Yeah.
know, he won. So that may have been the previous year.
Yeah.
But yeah, 93, and what happened was things were running well, qualified, because there were some of the Irish lads weren't even sort of getting qualified.
Right,
Things were going well, and we put a new tyre in, so you can guess what's coming next, can you?
Straight to the moon.
We put a new tyre in, and being the, you know, that age, not really, you're just, every time you went out, you wanted to be fast.
Yeah.
And they'd said to me, this is a new tyre for the race, maybe tomorrow, you know, and it's a slightly harder compound because it's the last 20 laps.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know,
Because they were crazy long races as well, aren't
This
they?
is what we were used to.
Yeah.
But I launched it coming out of Fisherman's and
Right.
tumbled right to the end of the ditch, you know.
Right. Decent one, man. Yeah.
Bad.
Collarbone job?
It broke my 2 ankles.
Oh?
Yep, fractured the 2 ankles and ended up in hospital for 2 weeks because it was nerve damage and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Did that put
was-
an end to the season then?
it was actually, it might have been, yeah, I was getting close. I was getting close to the end of the season, but not nice, because it sort of then set me back a wee bit, you know, because as you say, at that age, you were progressing.
you're going
you
up
had
and
high
up and up.
hopes,
Yeah.
and it did. It sort of, that was probably the first major crash. Big one.
Right, so this is the first injury as well.
First-
then this
first
is going to be
big
like,
one.
whoa, this bites back a wee bit, like.
Bite
Put
back.
the shit up you a wee bit, like.
Bite
Yeah.
back, yeah. And because obviously two plaster casts, you know, it was a bit of an eye opener, sort of, because you know, I'll admit it, like, I was a cocky wee shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, when
Okay.
you're that age, you were just you're cocky,
No one's
you know.
better than me.
You
No one's
just
better than Mark
wanted
Lunney.
you wanted to get there, get right the top, and then it was like, you know, back down the ground, you know. So 94, it wasn't great for me because you're at age 2, you were maybe thinking, oh, nights out.
Oh, a bit of partying.
Oh, right, okay.
Bit of
You know,
disco dancing.
maybe bikes aren't, you know,
Aye, be all end all.
you know. You know, it was more, got the casts off, as you say. Getting that age then was maybe going 18, as you say.
Aye, there's women about.
Let's go.
It was more as drink about. I'll not say I was that lucky. Because you know, you're that age then where maybe, you know.
I was going to say a beach club, but there was no beach club in your day, was there? Remember the beach club? No.
Beach club.
It was, it was more sad. I was probably like playing snooker. But
Oh,
as I say, I
yes.
was drinking.
Aye.
Well, before you weren't, you know, it was at that age.
Yeah.
So, in 94, I got the bike, and the bike was pretty well damaged.
Right,
You
okay.
know, and I would, you know, Phil was probably, you know, looking back, you know, hard, but I was rebelling.
Right, okay.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
a wee bit where it was more like, which was good, you know, he was right in what he was saying. Was
Yeah.
probably like, you know, get your ass in gear.
Aye, if you want to be doing this, you have to
And
be
the bike needs to get repaired as well. Mm-hmm. And of course, then you've got other friends and maybe going to do this and do that, whatever. And as you know, I'll not say I was, you know, partying or whatever, but yeah, you got a wee bit sidetracked.
Aye, you're 100%
Spending money on
focused.
drinking whatever else.
We were sidetracked, you know, and we got so 94 is vague.
Okay.
No, only more just because it wasn't results.
Yes.
You know, coming back to fitness, coming back, getting your what do you say, confidence back, and then obviously your family's got other things going on, you know, running business and stuff like that. They weren't going to say, well, fix this wee bike up, you know, get yourself to the gym. I don't think there was nobody ever said get yourself to the gym.
I know.
Didn't know what the gym was.
It was because you were running on your
your youth.
on your youth. Yeah, exactly. So it was more just 94. I can't.
And were you working at this stage?
Yeah, I was training to be a TV and video engineer.
Wow.
Right.
So I was working in Great Victoria Street.
Really?
So
Wasn't expecting that.
No, never was
TV and video
TV and
engineer.
video.
Yeah.
That, I know.
We can get you a job.
Who works on
I'm only joking.
who works on TVs and videos anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is before they sort of, you know, got a bit disposable.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my, you know, going to sort of tack and doing that sort of thing. Yeah, but so 94 and 95, I think wanted to just sell the wee Rotax in 1995 because it just, you know, it just wasn't sort of happening really, and I was Phil and all, and my dad was still going, and maybe we were getting wee teething problems with the bike, and they could see I still had a hunger.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but
it would have been a bit long in the tooth, the bike as well at that stage.
it was getting a bit long in the tooth, and as I say, maybe my bubble had sort of burst a wee bit. You know, as I say, it was a pretty nasty one. But now the young guy, you guys yourself, you know, you can go back with injury. I suppose. Yeah, I was maybe just thinking. Yeah, it was a setback.
Yeah.
It was a setback.
It was a setback. And so
95 would have been, that I'm guessing would have been one of the...
Lackluster. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
when you
2
wanted
years really of just trying to get back out and get results, as you say, and the money wasn't there to go and get a Honda. That's probably what you needed to do.
Yeah.
You know, was get, if you wanted in the 125 class anyway.
Get the RS.
Yeah, Phil had sold the Rotax and stuff like that there. But again, that's just the way it was, I suppose. You know, it wasn't none of this here like there's another bike.
yeah, you just run what you brung.
Yeah, and obviously the gratitude for the bikes that were given, but there was none of this here. Yeah, there's another one that was more just if you want to race, get yourself together. That or the wee Rotax is there, and it was great for. It was great for learning and getting back up there again, because in
If you
the
can ride a
90s,
slow bike fast.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, in '96 then we had bought the Stephen Thompson. We had bought it from Stephen Thompson 125 Honda. So yeah, we started making our way back up.
Progressing a bit more then.
Back up the grid, and same again. It was tough because you had all these great riders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I was winning.
The 125 class never slacked, especially through the 90s. Like there's never a dull kind of year. Like
No.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, we talked about this in previous podcasts, that the 125s now, like a Moto 3 and stuff like that, it seems to be like a progression class. Whereas years ago, like back in the day, you would have had Joey Dunlop still riding a 125 and stuff.
Yeah, you could have had the elder man in it, if you know what I mean. So you're obviously learning off them guys because you're learning off experience then.
Yeah.
Where it's not, as you say, it's not a kiddies class. Like it's kind of treated now.
Unfortunately, it is more treated like a kid's thing, you know, because of progressing from mini bikes up to, what is it, the 400s, Moto 3s, and then Moto 2s and stuff. But you had the competition.
You had the competition at that. So would have been what, 96? The 125.
96 then
Honda
we're back at it on the wee Honda. Had a great year, yeah, but same again. The guys were going to Knockhill. I think it was maybe just the opportunity just wasn't there. You know, really maybe I should have pushed and says, here, can we go with using the van? You know, you were always sort of just trying to get to the top of what we would say, because there was guys that would go and they were just going for the fun sort of thing. But when you look at it, it's probably still going to cost you £500-600.
Yeah.
I would say going in a van with Darren Golly and Alan Patterson and all would have been messy enough.
But that was them showcasing themselves in the Super Cup stuff.
Yeah. And for me, I wasn't as good as them ones. So why do I want to go? Okay, the argument was you go there and you'll get brought on.
Yeah.
Which is
in
understandable.
hindsight.
Yeah, but we were maybe just going £1,000.
And maybe make a fool out of yourself.
That's a couple of weekends over here.
Yeah, it's like, well, £1,000 probably would have done us for 6 months.
For the season.
Because we back then, we weren't really throwing tires at the wee bike and stuff like that there. And again, maintenance is just when you needed it, really. Rebuilds and stuff like that. It was a cheap enough class sort of thing.
You had to swap the 250 front for the 125 rear and all that. We used to do that too.
We were turning them. Yeah, you turned them around.
Turn around stuff. Yeah.
And would you have been at the pointy end at this stage? Like, was this when Mark Lunney was starting to kind of, winning races and constantly getting podiums?
Same again. It just 96.
New bike and all this and teething problems.
I mean, probably top 4, top 3, but you just had this. The competition was just unreal.
Yeah,
I keep mentioning the boys. Like, I mean, it was tough. It was hard going, and I wasn't complaining.
Yeah,
it was. I suppose nowadays everybody wants to get. Which is understandable. That's a good drive. Mm-hmm. I wanted to get to where them guys were.
Yeah,
So and plus they were going over and winning British Championship races. So it wasn't as if you were thinking, oh, I should be beating them. No, I wanted to get to them.
Yeah, you wanted to get to them. But you appreciated the level they were at as well. So it didn't feel like you were kind of had to be above them. Because you knew that the level was there, and you were coming. And just the money, I suppose the same just for everyone, it was just, as I say, a family run team, and just we were just happy to still be out there racing. Yeah.
And 97, we leased, we tried to sell a wee 125 Honda, and I still have it.
Oh, you still have
really?
it?
Yeah. I still have it. Because
you tried to sell it in 97?
We tried to sell it, and because then what happened was in 1986, I was racing that 1983 bike.
Right.
And it had moved on. They'd brought a new model out in 1985.
Yeah.
It was the larger frame, just a completely...
completely revised 125.
With a bigger seat and all on them. And,
it was just... It had moved on again, and so 95, they brought out that model. 96, you were racing against guys on
this new revised
bike. We had the 93 model and trying to make the best of it then. And so so for the following year, we just thought it's too long in the tooth. We tried to sell it, and it didn't sell, so it was just parked, because back then it was like £1,500 or something you were trying to sell it for, because there was loads of them around.
And
everybody wanted the
couldn't give them away, like.
They were in every corner.
So in a way, it was a blessing, because we got to hold on to it, because like I'm sure yourselves, you just sold bikes.
Yeah.
I'm sure your grand driver and stuff glad to hold on to the TSR250.
Oh, yeah. That'll never be sold.
Never.
I'll be married with my granddaughter.
But probably it could have been. It probably could have been moved on.
Could have been. Yeah.
It could have been, but it's like no.
Sorry, Gran.
yeah. That's it. It's nice to have that one, isn't it? It's nice to have.
Oh, we could have sold it 10, 20 times over, like for super bikes or 600s or the old diesels. But no, she's staying put.
Diesel, you're trying to get an old Honda every day. Like,
diesels.
Bill's pumps. Nice 650s now.
Yeah, because them BMs are quite expensive.
Yeah.
They're sponsored really well.
Especially when they're upside down.
Yeah, Charlie Hurst.
But so 97, then we leased a 250 at Aprilia.
You leased one?
We leased one. But it was an Irish owner.
Okay.
So Ivan Walker, I was trying to remember the name. Ivan Walker had bought. So there was a couple come into the country.
And this is like Aprilia, like Grand Prix or RSW, whatever it would have been at the time.
Oh gosh.
This is a private lease. Someone who bought these and then
someone had bought these.
Right.
So I think there was maybe two come into the country. One was maybe ridden by Stephen Farmer. I hope I'm getting the same bikes.
Yes, yeah.
The same bikes. And Ivan had bought the other one. Ivan used to race like years before. I didn't know him, and then he just wanted to come back.
Yeah.
And he had a few pound, and he bought maybe the sister bike.
Okay.
So you had, and then he maybe retired, and Simon Turner.
Oh yeah.
Simon Turner then had either leased it off him. I don't know how that worked, and he had a good year on it. We didn't have a good year.
No.
It just kept breaking down.
I was going to say
just
they're
been
very
unreliable.
temperamental.
You know, so 1987. It wasn't big money to lease it off. You know, I can't even remember what it was, 3 to 5
Yeah.
grand or something like that there. And then you just paid for the parts and stuff like that there. It was always something like maybe this fall timing was out or something. Sometimes we would bring it to a race and it wouldn't even fire up.
Flipsy.
It was frustrating.
It fired up the night before and everything, and then you get the race.
And what was the thing behind going kind of the Aprilia route? Just because the pedigree they had at the time then?
It was just like, well, let's give this a go, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And you didn't have any 125 this time, it was just purely into the 250s?
yeah, the wee older model was parked.
Yeah, it was parked.
And it was probably more through Jack Wilkin, because we'd sort of known him for the past years working with the 125 and 250 Rotax. I think maybe he had just mentioned.
What about an Aprilia?
Yeah, I think he had said that, here, this guy's asked me to maybe look over it for him. Will I say to him? Because he's not going to be racing it the following year or whatever. Yeah. And that's the way it worked. It was tough because he was from Carrickfergus and he didn't want to part with the bike.
Right.
It was difficult because then it was like come and collect it the night before a race.
Oh.
Okay.
So you're running the country.
That sort of idea. Lovely guy, but it just never worked out.
Yeah, it's just a bit trickier.
And we would have went down to Mandello, the whole way down to Mandello, as I say, and went. There was none of these starters then.
Okay.
Running around the paddock,
running up and down.
running up and down the paddock trying to fire it up.
Up that bloody hill.
And it
And
wouldn't
never
start.
go. So you just went down the whole way down to Medallo, take your Aprilia for a walk, and then back up to Carrickfergus.
Yeah. So it was embarrassing as well as frustrating, you know, because we wanted to do well, and then when it did eventually go, we didn't get the track time. You know, I jumped off it at Nuts Corner and put the old footrest. Still got the old scar to prove it through the elbow on a very cold Nuts Corner day. Just spat me off.
Out through the sunroof.
Because when they went well, didn't they? The Aprilia.
Yeah.
But it was getting them going.
I was just hoping to get, you know,
Yeah,
get a good run at it. I just
the,
never got a good run at it. And then when it did fire up, you know, I think I maybe got one good race around Bishop's Court where I was with like Alan Patterson and stuff like that there. And then it blew up. you know, it was just
it's just a year of frustration.
It was one of them years, yeah. And I probably wasn't even, you know, I just probably just, yeah. You know, look back on it now. I remember Phil being very frustrated.
I can't imagine that. Phil being frustrated or, you know, he's so laid back.
I see him now, like he's the most happiest man in the paddock.
Oh,
like.
brilliant.
Oh, no, you know, as I say, I think it was more just because he wanted me, he's obviously wishing for me to do very well.
Yeah.
And then, as I say,
he's getting frustrated
yeah,
for you.
What's going on, you know, it just wasn't working out. You know, everybody has years where you're just having a bit of run of bad luck.
Yeah. When did it finally click for you then? Was it?
So 97 we done the one. So 1998 we actually pulled out that wee old 125.
The 93 one?
Got it converted to 200.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah. So same again, we had no dough to go 125 racing. It was like, jack it in. No, I still want to do it. Right. 200cc racing was like Tim Stott.
Yep.
Davy Lemon had a wee run at it as well. Paul Robinson.
Joe Phillips as well.
Yeah, that's it. So what they were doing was they were taking the old 125s out. They were doing nothing and boring them out to, I think, a 198. So we were getting the pistons off Ernie Coates.
Yeah.
Old 250 pistons.
All right.
So Ernie was...
Brilliant. Oh,
It was weird. Get some old stock. Get rid of some old stock.
Ernie, what do we call it? The hole in the wall. Ernie Coates, the hole in the wall.
Genuine Honda.
Yeah.
Pistons. Everybody was happy. And that was a 200cc championship. And I won it. So that was my first championship.
So it's a bit of turn of form then, turn of luck.
Turn of form, yeah. And it was a great year. Racing against Tim Stott, Paul Robinson, who had won it. He was doing 125s, but also doing a 200s for the past 3 years.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And was winning.
Yeah.
I think he was maybe just looking as a second class.
Yeah.
Actual run out.
Yeah, more laps.
Bit of prize money. So the 200cc championship wasn't to be sniffed at. No. And that was the last year of it then.
Yeah.
Maybe because I done it. They just thought, fuck it.
These young bucks are coming in now. Let's move on.
That's it, So, but I was proud of that because it was my first championship.
Yeah.
My first Irish championship. That's why the class was
to
a
be
proper
fair,
class.
like you didn't have an easy run up to it, and I didn't actually know how hard you actually got it. Like you had a bit of heartache, obviously problems with bikes, problems with your ankles, everything. Like
And
so,
fair
at least
play
you
for
should,
sticking to it too. Like.
yeah, because that's been 6 years in the making as such. Like where you could have packed it in by then.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a hunger there. I think I think it was more because obviously the effort.
Everyone else was putting in as well.
I think just even when things did start to click, you used to know yourselves. A lot of the pressure you put on was with yourself.
Yeah.
It's only because you could see that, your dad maybe having to take time out of work to go. As you said, the years of Phil, having a bit of banter with Phil because they say he really wanted the best for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was a lot of that there. That's why I was plugging on. The 200 championship was like a saving grace a wee bit because it sort of gave you hope. And I say good riders out there. They were still doing 125 racing, and so we went from there. We bought the ex-Dennis McCulloch. We bought that off Dennis. Dennis McCulloch. So that was a 99 model, 125. The newer model.
The newest one.
So no, that would have been 1988 model.
Yeah.
For my 1989 season.
Right.
Okay.
So
it was only a year old.
So yeah. Brilliant. So we were like happy days, maybe we're going to have a good year here and see how it goes and from then just plugging away and enjoying my racing,
Yeah.
And, things had changed a wee bit then. You had sort of Darren Lindsay was the man to beat.
Yes.
Fallon Mowens was coming sort of at the end of his career, still coming out and winning.
You would have had the kind of the Laverty bros starting to come in.
Michael Laverty coming in. John, maybe a year after, John Laverty. But Michael,
coming
in. I think Michael at the time was probably only 18.
Yeah.
We were probably older by then.
Yeah.
But I know I keep mentioning his names, but Fallon Mowens was probably the man to beat. He had the target
on his back.
Yeah.
But he was fantastic, especially kind of in that 90s era when you watch back the videos and stuff, like he could have just ran away 125 races when no one was doing it. Like
that's it.
And he was Northwest winning, and
he was phenomenal. To be honest with you, he was. I think when I look back, Robert Dunlop, and Fallon Mowens were probably one of the best 125. Now, of course, people would argue it was Joey Dunlop, great 125. But for me,
I feel personally, you'd say Robert and Phelan was the best 125 riders to ever come out of this country.
Yeah,
I think.
Well,
you're well entitled to be saying that anyway.
Apart from this one.
Yeah, but again, I hate not leaving other people out because I would say Alan Patterson when I started racing. When obviously I've been going to all the races with me Uncle Phil. So 13, 14, Alan Patterson had just started 80cc racing.
Yes.
And he was a hard rider.
Yeah.
So he would have been my hero, somebody to look up to. 80cc he was racing on 125, but just a hard
Yeah.
hard rider, you know.
Even at the Grand Prix and all.
Well,
like,
he was even proven to be a Grand Prix rider.
Unbelievable.
If you know what I mean, he was Grand Prix material, and he could, as you say, he can make the switch to like road racing. He was fantastic as well. Like,
Yeah.
So you definitely had a decent enough role model that way. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever have an opportunity to go Grand Prix or
No.
you know, like following sort of in Patterson's footsteps or?
No. As I say, when things went well for us, 2000 was a big year for me. Mm-hmm. So 99, we got the bike, and it wasn't running 100%, and I couldn't get it had a jump off at Kirkistown chicane. It was the champions of 1999.
Right.
so that would that been the first of the champions?
Yeah, I think it just came in. It might have been 98 it first came in, but this was 99.
Yeah.
It might have been 98 the previous year. It first came on the scene.
Yes.
Billy Nutt series.
Yeah.
UTV.
That's fantastic. You see, I still watch the videos, and we've talked to Billy about this, about the racing, like the whole champions event was like fantastic, and there's a lot of brilliant racing involving yourself and a lot of guys, and that we'll have to put a link into. It was definitely like a powerhouse of a series, like.
Yeah, Billy Nutt. I mean, he just the way he organised things, and you know, obviously,
So naturally.
you know, obviously he had his good run of the Northwest. Mm-hmm. He'd run the Ulster Grand Prix for a wee while, you know. But that UTV Champion of Champions, were that their idea, you know, that
Yeah.
Brainstorm.
But it really took off. It was really popular, wasn't it?
I think it's probably he had talked maybe and just sold the idea to UTV.
Yeah.
And probably with the TV coverage, it shows you anything's possible. You know?
And it was weird. It was like during the week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was like a
yeah.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
That's right. That's right.
It was
yeah.
like motocross now. They run Thursday nights and all, don't they?
And it was the year. I say I can't really remember much in '99 because I had a jump off in maybe the June series.
Okay.
And then it was lackluster for the July series
Yeah.
for me. So '99 I don't really think of. 2000 was
Yes.
I-
Was that like
it
the
all clicked for
complete
me.
tournament? Like
Yeah.
just everything clicked?
But I remember them June and July 2 weeks. Well, maybe 2 days, sorry. 2 days 2 days June, 2 days July were summer evenings.
Yeah.
So had the weather. So even though it was running from 6, all right, you were maybe qualifying during the day, but it was really from 6 to 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That's class.
Brilliant.
And everything just
Everything clicked because you would have had the crowds. People would have been coming home from work, and what are you going to do? People might have their Saturdays to do whatever they want, but if
All
you
day,
finish work
yeah.
at 6 and you live 10 mile away from Kirkistown, you're going to take a blast up and watch a bit of
Yeah,
something like.
yeah.
it was awesome, you know, and it was awesome for me because everything clicked, and I was like, we had a good start to the year. Well, actually, I broke my collarbone. But I just had this feeling because in '99 as well, we were sort of working with the Oland's rear, trying to get it to work. We switched to Dunlops, which was the big plus.
What were you using
We were
prior?
running Michelin's.
Right, okay.
And there just wasn't, you know, should have been looking at the front runners and going, what are you using? But again, probably a wee bit.
10 or cheaper.
Just like, you know, Michelin's are good. They're
Yeah.
cheap.
They're blacking them around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, look at what the front boys are using. Dunlops. Had to go at them and next thing you know, boom.
At the
You know,
front.
maybe that bit of patter that you had at the front end just disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid stuff like that.
Give
there.
you extra confidence and
Give you
push
extra
harder.
confidence where you could hang on the front It brakes a lot more.
Yeah.
So that was a big turnaround. We got the Oland's rear shock sorted, got the fork internals. Again, somebody mentioned just standard. I don't know what Dennis was running at the time, but sent them away to get just different internals put in the front.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the guys then were like Oland's and White Power.
Right.
Well, we didn't have the money to do that there, but get the internals sorted. These wee things for me just all came together.
Yeah.
And and got the bike running real sweet. And sort of, I think March I did. It might have been the start of the year, like the closed the club, isn't it? But that was not they used to do that like the start of the year.
Yeah,
as well.
Start of the year was
yeah,
close
yeah.
to club,
It was
yeah.
non-championship.
Yeah, Agadoo.
Agadoo at the Herpin. I think I dabbed the clutch and it just threw me
and
over.
over.
Broke the collarbone. And
Slowest crash in the world.
yeah, I was
Hateful.
sick. I was sick because I think I just thought that this was going to be a good year.
Yeah.
And when I jumped off it, because I was getting these warnings we obviously went to some track day or something like that to practice, and the bite in the clutch was getting narrower and narrower. Or something.
Right.
Starting to go.
You know, there was something not right. So I sort of knew, and I think I'd said to Phil or my dad or whatever, and I think we did go that day. I think we did go around. We'd stripped it off and seen that it was something, and did go around and say, "Anybody have one of these here?" You know? I think we even went to Joey. You know?
Right.
And Joey, we were trying to describe it. That's what we were trying to describe the part of Joey, and he knew exactly what we were talking about.
All right.
You know. When you every
straight
part
away.
there was on the bike, but you know, just like no, I wouldn't have that. But it was like, oh, we're talking to Joey because Phil would have went, just go and ask him.
Yeah.
Aye.
You know,
He didn't
You
care.
have a big nervous head on you.
Yeah, I'm not going over to ask him. But it was like I had to go, go around the whole paddock. Wanted to talk about this. It must have been like an adjuster or something. The clutch, not more when you took the casing off.
Right, okay.
The fed down in, and obviously it is war. But
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
describing this here, and Joey was going, "Yeah, I know what that is, but you know, no, you maybe go and see Ernie." But it's one of them parts that nobody really would have kept. You know?
Yeah.
And I was complaining about this, and as I say, I must have dabbed it, and it was just that it wasn't giving it. I just put me over, and then
over.
I went back, and I was trying to disguise that I knew it was broke.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, the disappointment in the family's face.
Yes.
Was going, it's just going to be an fucking shit year.
Yeah.
You know,
We thought we were on the up here.
you know, all this effort.
Yeah.
So I really was trying to mask it a bit, going like, no, it's all right.
I just was
I don't want to be sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get plated in the end, or did you?
No, it
just
still,
let
it still looks a wee bit out of shape, you know.
Ah, yeah, I can see the
yeah.
shoulder goes down a
I think
wee
it
bit
was
there.
more
Like,
just because I was like, it's all right,
Yeah,
it's all right.
yeah.
Honestly, it's all right.
Yeah.
And just toughed my way through it, and went to the first championship round, I think at Nuts Corner, and was second at Darren Lindsay. I think painkillers. Poof.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh,
Oh, flipping heck. And it still broke
it was, yeah.
on a 125, carrying them
Well,
corner
at least
speeds.
the 125. It wasn't.
Yeah.
You probably couldn't have got away with it on anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. I was sick. I was
Aye.
sick, but I just, it was more just like pride. I just like, I can't. I need this. I need this.
You kind of battled through it because you knew you just wanted. Well, you obviously knew something was going to
Well,
click this year.
they knew it was broke, but as I say, I remember at Agadoo at that time going.
Yeah.
At the time, and just saying no, but you know, trying to play it down. But obviously after that, yeah, it was broke.
Yeah.
You went to hospital. All they done was put a strap around you.
There wasn't really much plating or anything
Wasn't
back
much
then. Like,
plating.
could you see like the old school racers from like the 90s and the 80s and stuff, and their shoulders are like. They'll make a shake coat hanger. I'll just tell you that much. Like, they're just.
Aye, they're dropped.
They're all dropped.
Yeah. That's it. It's just like you see like Jeremy Williams' fingers and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. They're just all.
It's like, oh gosh, you know. And I'm sure there's.
But that is just
Yeah.
battling on, and no snowflakes back then. Just
Aye.
go back out. Oh, broke my arm. Your arm's hanging. Go back out in the bike and.
So you kind of got you got to the first round. You got a bit of momentum.
That was first round. I think Darren won the first couple of races, but I think that put me in good stead because then when I healed,
Aye, you're all guns blazing.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
We went to the next round and I'd won a couple.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, it was like fuck, fight.
Not
You know,
easy.
Was this
Not
been like
easy, but
kind
a
of
wee
when
bit
you were
easier.
like your first couple of like 125 wins?
Yeah.
Yeah, this would have been like you starting to like
because there
really
was a
make headway.
super Kings back then. So
Yes,
there was a lot
there's
of
fag money.
It was money. It was good prize money and a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a few people had set up and went, you know, like I know you've always been here, but
Yeah.
where's this come from?
Yeah.
You know.
Like a Eureka moment.
Yeah. So it was me and Darren Lindsay. Tim Stott was there as well. Of course, you had the road racers that were still doing them rounds. You
Yes.
had Dennis McCulloch, That's Gary Dines, God rest him. You had still a good pedigree. I mean, we were still pushing for lap record speeds, you know.
Well,
and we were pushing each other around.
If we can probably go through this. This is
from 2000.
This is from 2000, so this would have been from the champions to champions, just to give people a perspective, right? So this would have been the Tuesday, 25th of July 2000 at Kirkistown, and you won the race. And just to list the amount of people on this blew my mind. So Mark Lunney won it, Tim Stott second, Darren Lindsay third, Paul Robinson fourth, Davy Mateer fifth, Michael Laverty sixth, Simon Byrne seventh, Davy Lennon eighth, Casey Stoner ninth, John Anderton and John Lavery in 11th. So that just shows the calibre of what you're racing against, and what a time for everything to fall in place and click.
Mm-hmm. Like they're Grand Prix riders there. Like,
well, put it in perspective, another 7 years and Casey Stoner was MotoGP World Champion.
I'd forgot that Casey was over. I thought he was only over for the Sunflower that year, but there you go. That was the series. That was the
series.
UTV series.
But that just shows, even putting Casey aside, the level of competition obviously you're against when you're at the top was ridiculous.
We were pushing, as you say. We had all these good guys, but at least we were making a good go. But as you say, we were on lap record speed and breaking lap records as well. So it was maybe the new crop coming through, but at least we were sort
the
of
pace
going,
was there. Like,
you know, I don't know who held the lap record before.
Well,
maybe Fallon or whatever. I don't know who it was, but at least we were.
Well, the lap record there. You had the brand new lap record there, which I think was probably broke after. You can have a look at it yourself. Because they're doing minute flats on a 125 around Kirkistown. That is, and see, anyone who knows.
That would embarrass a lot of people.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
there's a lot of track day guys now going.
Oh, there's boys. There's a lot of boys in this country couldn't do that on the superbike. Like,
no,
still to this day, and that's 26 years ago.
Well, but I'm moving on a wee bit. I think it was the end of that year of the Sunflower, so that was July. That would have been the summer. That would have been the summer series. Yeah. So come October, the Sunflower,
which I think's on video. It's on YouTube somewhere.
Me and Darren battling it out.
Yeah.
God rest him as well. Like, I mean, that could be another whole show.
Yeah.
You know, of Darren. What a guy.
What did you think of Darren as a?
You know, what a competitor. You know, but also a gentleman. You know, I was thinking about that today as well. But there's people that can maybe put it on at being funny.
Yeah.
He was, you know, not even funny, but just charismatic, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know? There's people that, you know, as I say, he was just like the Joker as well. You know, I mean, I'm sure at the road races, you know, they would have had some crack.
Yeah.
As well.
But that was him.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't put on, or it wasn't a front of any sort. Yeah.
Extremely talented as well. Like, what was he like to race against? Was
he? That's why I think we were pushing lap records.
Yes.
Because it was tough. You know, it was. I'll not say it wasn't. You know, the elbows were out.
Yeah.
It was tough, but I'm sure you got a wee bit of it where it can be close.
Yeah.
But after you do have maybe say something, but at the end of the day you will sort of shake hands and smile about it. But at the time, I think me and Darren did have a few words, maybe not in 2000.
Yeah.
I think it was one at the Sunflower was maybe in 96, would you believe? And
right. Is that right?
I think that might be on video as well.
Right, okay.
The two of us were trying to go for the
same
at
patch.
the end of the straight.
Yeah.
And I ended up on the losing battle.
Oh, yeah. Skittled away.
But same again, it was just more like bit of word, bit of chat,
exchange, like.
and then it's like you couldn't hold grudges. I mean, we all respected each other.
They're all just trying to do the same
Your
thing.
Your big family moving from place to place every weekend, like you couldn't.
Who you know you could not like Darren.
Yeah.
You know, he would have said, "You wee Alex, you know," with a smile.
Yeah.
It was just it was great. It was a great time. I mean, 2000, I think. Yeah. So me and Darren were the only guys then to dip under the minute.
which is ridiculous.
Flippin' heck.
at the October Sunflower.
Yes.
So
59s on a 125.
And that
59s.
hasn't been beaten since. And will never be beat.
we never got anywhere near it.
Oh, well.
So me and Darren were battling out and let Michael get away a wee bit.
Michael
So
Laverty.
I won the first race,
Yeah.
and the second race then, Michael, I think he just knew he had to try and get away a wee bit.
Yeah.
And me and Darren, we were like, you know, I think if you watch it, I think he was leaning on me, and I was leaning on him, and it was like,
You just weren't giving each other an inch.
No.
And forgot about Michael in a way.
so the lap records. I was must have been when the dip down.
Yeah.
I was the first one to go down onto the 59, and then Darren. I'm glad Darren got it.
Yeah.
To be there in the books.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's never going to be beaten.
No, it'll never be beaten.
And Michael, yeah, so he escaped. But I funny, I remember I was standing in the podium and going, Michael, you missed it. You missed it. You missed the crack that you know, going on.
Missed a good race.
Yeah. And he was just like a chattered cat because he knew that that was his ultimate. He like
he's
I wanted that win, you know. Because I think actually in race one that I did he done the same again. I think that he sort of got away and I pegged him down, and then I thought to myself, it probably happens a lot in racing now, but back then it didn't, where I had to put a proper block pass.
Yes, yeah.
And, you know, get him to lift the bit, because then I knew then, let me go for it for the next two laps, because he's going to then go, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, it was a bit of a cheeky move, but it was more just like...
It was to get a gap between
I think
them.
I got some video as well, just as you said
Just more, if I'm going to win this year, because I think he, you know, in the year 2000, he was sort of gathering momentum, and then it was just all close.
Yep.
And everybody wanted that Sunflower win, you know, including Darren.
Elbows out and heads down.
And Michael. So yeah, it was one of them ones where it was a great time to be racing for me, you know, good memories. And I don't know where, I think Michael should have good memories of it, you know, because he was probably learnt a lot from Darren Lindsay and hopefully myself as well for him to progress.
I imagine so, because within the next couple of years he was top flight for a super sport rider, and he wouldn't have got that apprenticeship anywhere else, if you know what I mean. So I'm sure he probably has to thank you guys for that as well.
Well, a great family, you know. Mickey, his dad, and his mum, they're always there at the race, you know. Lovely family, really down to earth, you know. And same again, we were all there just trying to win, but, you know,
enjoy it at the same time.
Enjoy it at the same time. There was a wee bit of leading on, you know, a bit of this, bit of that, but it was never any, you know. No. At the end of the day, it was all just, you know, live the fair nor day, and just, you know, I think that's what racing's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it can get heated at times. You've probably been in a more heated battles, Korie. I mean, you've been in a few. We together.
We've been in a few. Before I got fat.
I do remember. I don't think we're talking about that around Gareth right now. And because I suppose it was near the slowdown lap or something like that, wasn't it? Or maybe it was after qualifying. Well, we were out the 250, but I had done a plug chop.
Yeah. And
I'm sort of... you know what's coming, yeah. Right. You probably didn't even know I done a plug chop, but it was one of them ones where we're all freewheeling.
Yeah.
You know, and in order to take it back, right enough, you take it back that European Championship at 1983 at Kirkistown. That's when I see all the Italian guys done a plug chop.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
tucked in.
And then they would freewheel, but
they're still tucked in.
They're still tucked in. Like, what are these guys doing? they don't want to. They just don't want to push down. So
we Italians probably couldn't reach the ground.
Yeah. So when they plug chopped it at the back straight, they just go down like that there and just freewheel the whole way down, right down to the round. You know?
Yeah.
So again, you know, that sort of rubbed off you a wee bit. That we want to do a plug chop.
Tuck her in.
Stay-
That was like the stylish thing to do. It was just stuck in, out of the wind,
Yeah.
and get freewheeling down as quick as much as you could. So I must have just, I've always had that wee bit. So it was the end of qualifying the 250, and I'm freewheeling down, and who comes in is Gareth.
You ball like
And then he hits the brakes. And I'm like, you fucking wee bag. But he looks back and he goes, and I just seen this here big barking back. And I'm like, well, fair play. Fair play for barking back. Because I'm like, it's done. I'm not.
You just wanted to pass Mark Lunney, didn't you?
I couldn't believe it. Because usually, when you're running, things are going well, you're in the front, you have a bark, whatever. Very rarely somebody barked back, Gareth was like, fuck you. And I'm like, right, okay. And we were over at the garages.
Head on you.
We were getting the garages, and his dad walks in, just because Rodney, he's big, and I look around and I was like, fuck, lovely.
Mark doing nothing wrong,
No, that's all it was.
Yeah.
That's all it was. As I say, I probably didn't realise, and I went,
Yeah, I think because I ran in, or nearly ran in the back of you. Whenever you were plug chopping, I was like, oh,
Yeah, class.
So you just come in and went like that. So that's probably why you were ready for the bark back.
Yeah.
Probably.
Jeez, as I say.
But it is good. Like, it's good track. Like, we always shake
Oh,
hands.
because then after that, it was more just like, we all like have a wee shout or whatever. But don't be frightened when we know.
Did you ever have a proper fight with anyone in your racing? No.
No, it's funny you mention that there, because you look at heroes or do you ever get starstruck?
Yes.
I mean, I think of Alan Patterson. No, I say Alan Patterson.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Fanboys?
Fanboy.
Fanboy.
Yeah.
Alan Patterson. I think Eugene McManus, Senior.
Yeah.
In their heyday. I don't think I actually seen it happening, but I think they took each other off in the 250. One of 250 races, maybe Akadui.
Okay.
And maybe they were at each other.
Yeah.
Right.
But somebody says, you should have seen, because everybody was standing down at Shedhouse Corner.
Yeah.
They were fucking dropping each other by the throat. So you hear these here stories, and these are the guys that are up at the front.
Yeah.
So generally then, when they're coming past, you're like,
you're all timid.
they're like the
Are you going to knock a head off you?
They're the guy,
Do you remember me taking out Thomas Lawler at Bishop's Court?
No.
I was on Sandy McCutcheon's 250. There was yourself, Thomas Lawler, I think one of Bob Patterson's bikes was there too. Can't remember. Top half of Bishop's Court, the right hander after the last chicane. And I thought, Thomas, he got big wide line, and I thought, stuff it up the inside of him, no problem. Fucking lost the front, didn't I? Wiped him out. I think he was leading the championship at the time too.
Right.
And the two of us, we were in the newspaper. I'll try and find the newspaper clipping, but it said handbags at dawn, and me and Thomas Lawler going at each other. It was completely my fault, but I had a bit of a hot head on, and this big lad coming, and I always remember the biggest mistake he ever made was he took his helmet off. We didn't. It was just all. It was all whatever. We didn't smack each other or anything but
was close.
He was this big man coming at me all guns blazing, gravel in his hands.
You give it a bit back.
I had to do something.
Well, as you say, it's a racing accident, I suppose.
It was.
It's not as if you didn't.
I didn't T-bone, no. I just lost the front on the curb. I think I touched the curb a wee bit, and down I went, and seen yous all pissing off in the distance. Turned around, and this big Irish fucker's coming down at me like, oh shit.
I think through the years there's been a few people that's wanted to throttle me.
Probably jealousy.
No, I'll feel.
Yeah, but it never came to.
I never came down anything.
More just because you say when you put the helmet on, you're cocky, and if things were going your way, you maybe did bark out a wee bit. Where you were on a hot lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you're hot-headed, you're somebody else.
That's just the emotions of
what's your
whatever's
problem?
happening.
Like, just stay on the road. I'm not gonna fight.
Yeah.
And so, is he going back to that 2000? Did you clinch the championship then at that stage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that would have been a pretty big one as well.
Won the championship, and that's when, funny, Billy McKinstry had an opportunity to run a team, EMS.
Right.
Yeah, EMS.
They would have sponsored the Laverty brothers and stuff later on, yeah.
I think it was run out of Tala, Dublin.
Yeah. Billy McKinstry, as in Elf. Billy
Billy
McKinstry, big Billy
McKinstry,
McKinstry.
Big Billy McKinstry.
Yeah.
I didn't know he ran that.
Yeah.
Really?
I think they approached him to want to run a team, and they were buying the truck, buying the bikes, and I had a good year. And Billy had come to me and said, I think, and obviously knew of the name, because he had brought, or he went to British Championship.
Yeah.
Phil Miller. People like that. So it was a known name, And he had said to me, and I was like, oh, great, I'd love to be over and experience these English tracks. So that's how I did get over.
You did get over
Did
to
get over.
MRO.
MRO, yeah. So the idea was to go over and learn the tracks. But it was still hard because you had the likes of Steve Patrickson and Casey Stoner who were doing...
Yeah. And Christian Elkin, he was in it.
Christian Elkin, yeah. Christian Elkin. They were doing British Championship races, so they were using that as a maybe an extra in between race. I don't know where it was. Can't remember if it was any prize money, but they were doing it too.
So levels high.
So levels high, and I was just I'll say amazed, but more. I was just
it was kind of rabbits in the
thankful
headlight. Yeah, right.
to go over and stand at Donington for the first time. Right. Oh, I've watched this here on TV.
Yeah.
This is great.
That'd be amazing.
Brands Hatch, stuff like that there. So we had a good year. We went Silverstone, but it was a short track.
Yeah.
And I won. Right. Yeah. So I was just standing on the podium with Steve Patrickson, who would have been a well-known name.
Yeah.
With
he still would have been a front runner at BSB at that time as well.
Look, that was your first time there.
First time
And
there,
you won
yeah.
it.
I think back then as well, they'd done maybe like, I can't remember if it was the Friday or the Saturday. Must have been, it could have been the Friday. You could have done like a Beamsy,
Oh, yeah.
which would have been
Beamsy,
another club race. So that was like, do one of them races. That way you get your learn a wee bit. And then Saturday qualifying, Sunday race. So it was a big championship at the time.
Yeah.
John Anderton was over doing it as well. And we had a good year. But we were doing the Irish Championship as well. We were coming back. We were winning races.
Yes.
We won the Sunflower maybe again. But I think what happened was, so the plan was then to learn the tracks and then go full British Championship the following year.
And was this only, you were only able to do this because Billy McKinstry came on board?
Yeah,
then?
yeah. It was, well, the EMS, that was two brothers, Pat and Philip Duke.
Right.
They were embankment machinery sales, so they were basically, machinery sales, diggers, selling out there. Things were going well for them, and I think they just wanted to, especially Mandela being their local, maybe come and enjoy the racing, maybe bring some of their friends or clients as well. Really, really nice people. Really lovely family orientated again. I was just loving it because I was coming back. I was doing the Mandelos and winning. So you had Michael Laverty that's still Darren Lindsay, stuff like that there. So we're having a great year, and I think what happened was at the end of that year, 4 strokes. They were sort of, you had like a junior stock.
Yes, they had.
I think it was a junior stock.
That would have been around about the time it would have been like essentially Super Stock 600.
Yeah.
They used to call it Junior Super Stock.
Yeah.
And I think them guys ran a bike in it, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think same again. It sort of slipped away from me as well. I just thought, well, we had a great year.
Yeah.
And I think next thing I knew, it was just no, we're gonna go. We're gonna go 4-stroke.
Right.
Instead of going here, because I have a wee crack at 4-stroke.
Yeah.
I think it was just more. I've got another rider sort of lined up. I think it was Declan Swanton.
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it just sort of got away from me a wee bit, and it was more just like.
How come you never went 4-stroke yet? Because you at this stage you would have been racing for over 10 years, and you wouldn't have sat in 4-stroke yet.
No. So that was 2001. So then I was forced onto the diesel.
No, yeah.
Oh, forced onto the
So I was
diesel.
no choice.
2002
Yes.
then.
Yeah.
Easy.
You have to remember, like, back then, these things were, like, the tank was the size of these blue
No, I know
Symphons,
they're
huge,
big buses like.
Yeah.
big and dopey and ugh.
Because my first run out then was a Super Sport Honda, as you say, very road bike and orientated. I mean, probably Philip would probably, more think that the 96 or 94, 96 was very, but they still hadn't really. There was a sport model,
Yeah.
98, and it handled well, but it just, same again. It was
I was just compared to a 125, it was like nimble and
moved
stuff
around,
like this. I think it was
moving
sporty.
around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Grand Prix bike, basically.
Yeah. But it would still hold the line a wee bit, you know. It was still because I'd heard that the R6s at the time, they weren't just as good, but they were faster.
Yeah.
So we had the Regal Championship. So that was my sort of
Introduction.
Yeah, there was Gerald Kingsbury Packaging had one sitting, and Philip Mullen had sort of convinced him from Limavady, says, here, get Mark a run, and as I say, it was back then, I suppose you just stuck some stuff on it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe an exhaust. It was pretty standard,
Legal Regal.
It was pretty standard, and I enjoyed it, and that was me then sort of saying, I probably should go 4-stroke now.
And did it take you long to transfer?
No, not really, because we were up sort of getting, top 4, top 3 in the Regal.
Right, okay, instantly, yeah.
And, of course you had, God rest him, we had Richard Britton. You had all these here regular Regal.
Archibalds and
Adrian Archibald. Yeah. And, so it didn't take me long to then start getting up the mixing with them a wee bit.
See, in your opinion, just when you say the word Regal, do you think, like...
I'm careful.
I don't sit and have a smoke here, but do you think the tobacco sponsorship was obviously it benefited the championship massively over here, but do you think it would benefit again at some? I know we can't have tobacco, but do you think that sponsorship was just helped boost the level? Obviously, we're talking about the names and the riders now. Do you think that
It would have helped the competition.
Helped the competition as such?
I know. As you say, my dad, for years had always said about, which is happening now, which is great, is the SBT.
SBT,
yes, Alan Gorman.
Alan Gorman, is why doesn't somebody like sort of IFS or whatever that's giving money to the riders, would they not benefit from maybe sponsoring the whole championship?
Yes.
Yeah, putting prize money ahead and stuff.
Getting the publicity from doing that as well.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, Graham Hanna, IFS probably had done that anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's put so much into it. But that's the main thought. We thought, because the Regal, the Regal,
The Imperial Tobacco kind of scheme that worked
Yeah. Super Kings 125, the Regal 600, which was run then in conjunction with roads and short circuits.
Yes.
Picking, you get drop rounds and stuff like that there.
And there was good prize money out of it too.
Good prize money, yeah.
Which brought more to the grid.
Yeah.
It'd be good to get that one big title sponsor and with plenty of prize money, bring loads over.
Bring back fags.
Bring back fags.
Yeah. But
Sterling Red Championship.
no, it is sad to say, but yeah, I think. But you had road racers. It was just a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time. You had top quality road racers. Always going to be doing circuits because it was a combined championship.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Talking about, you're saying about the Regal and the road race stuff, because I know that you done the Northwest, and I think that's the only road race you ever done.
Yeah.
When was your debut at the Northwest?
That was 2002, I think.
So it would have been that same year then?
2002, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I had no 125. It was a guy, Mick Paget. I can't remember where he was from. Maybe he was Southern.
Yeah.
And he just basically said, I think he had run Alan O'Connor that used to race on the 125. I think maybe Alan is either going another direction or whatever. But this guy then just said, there's a wee bike for you if you want to do it. And that's my first year.
First year. And what notion did you take? Because was road race never on your radar, or what took you to Northwest?
Because Phil did the roads, didn't he?
Phil done all the roads. I grew up in Kirkistown, loved it. Tandragee, it was always exciting as a kid to go to all the road races. More so the circuit, because it was just exciting. As a young lad, you could, once you helped them get through bikes, go through scrutineer, and you used to pop off and go, there's a farm shed there, and then when the racing started, you're hanging over the hedge. Yeah. And it was like, it's just
getting mucked up with eyeballs.
It's just exciting, wasn't it? So, but I think the family sort of, there was a lot of riders getting killed, late 90s, and I say a lot, but there was
a bad spell, wasn't there?
It was just a bad spell, and I was always hunting for be a good rider and just a good short circuit rider to try and get to that level. So it sort of passed me by a wee bit, and I maybe just didn't have that hunger, even though I loved going to the road races. I maybe just thought I'd missed my time, because maybe you're going to need 3-4 years to learn
each track
as well. So I'm sure if I would have had the hunger to do it, I would have done it. But so I mustn't have just.
It wasn't on your radar.
It wasn't on the radar. I loved going and helping, watching, spectating. But I think it just and it probably could have been from as well the likes of the family just going, it's not maybe not.
And then what changed then, or was there?
Well, doing the Northwest, I think, was more just for helping, for sponsorship.
Okay.
Just on curiosity as well. After going for so many years watching,
yes,
and going like, I maybe like to be part of it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going hoping for high hopes. It was more just to be part of the whole circus, really.
And was it what you thought it was, or what you thought it was going to be beforehand?
The wee bike, I remember the 125 at the best of times, probably, if you had even had a good one, you could have been sitting there for a long time on a 5 mile straight.
Yes.
So this wee bike, it wasn't sort of up to scratch. It felt as if, you were out there forever alone.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Where is it?
Yeah. I felt like that sometimes with the 650 even. Jumping off a superbike at the Northwest onto a 650 and you're just like, that's what it feels. You're doing 160 miles an hour still.
You can imagine the 125 then. It was just like, especially if there was nobody around you.
Yeah.
It was just
like snacks for you.
Just a lot of
revving and a lot of.
And now I talked earlier about Maher's Cross, being, acclaimed riders. I think back when I was about 13 or 14, acclaimed Pat McLaughlin, who was part of our family circle of riders, who it was Pat McLaughlin. It was part of a wee club. They all lived in the ATRSSC club. They all lived in Belfast.
Right.
Pat McLaughlin. There would have been my uncle Phil Lunney, Joe Phillips, Michael Gamble, Charlie O'Neill, the sidecar champion.
Yeah.
So these guys, they were all buddies.
Sort of like a
1980s
Armada sort of thing.
That's it. That's
Bridge Mafia sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it. And I was the 12, 13, 14 gopher.
Yeah.
T-boy.
It was great. Used to sit on the bikes going to the race in the back,
Yes, in the back of the vans.
sniffing the old petrol, you know, and so that Pat was killed in 1986. I remember I was probably only 13 or so, and it was like a dark day, you know. So I knew the risks at the Northwest, and Maher's Cross, you know, I think it had claimed Mervyn Robinson. There was maybe in 1979. There had it had claimed a few. There used to be line of trees, I think, as it
On the outside.
on the outside.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, I think the campaign that obviously to try and get these removed, they were getting it bit by bit.
Yeah.
So that, I'm not saying it always stuck in my mind, but I knew the risks of that. So I treated it as a proper road race.
Yeah, it wasn't a BSB track to you.
It wasn't a BSB because for me, there were certain sections, maybe you would say, that it's, you know, maybe the coast road, that is quite
A bit of more of a flow to it.
quite
Scratchy.
quite scratchy. Yeah, that's a good term. Yeah. So yeah, I know. I suppose when I stopped it in 2009 was my last year.
Yeah.
They had put in the new chicane
At Mathers.
at Maher's.
Yeah.
And then they reintroduced, they didn't say reintroduced, they introduced Wednesday qualifying day,
Yes.
day and evening,
Yes, yeah.
and there was a lot more practice to it. So when I was doing it then, it was Tuesday night for an hour,
Yeah.
Thursday night for
That's
an hour,
right, yes.
And
that's
then
right.
go racing.
then go racing, yeah. So I felt, I done it quite late on, and I felt just, I never just all clicked for me. I got plenty of fourths on the 125. I had a fourth on the 250. I had, but I always felt that maybe there was something, maybe setup time.
Do you think more, if you had what you had in the last year, in the first couple of years, your results would have been, you know, I
Progressed to winning.
you have enough talent to, you know, I can say it for you, like you would have been a Northwest race winner if you had a bit more time on it.
It came to the later stages where it became like, I'd love to bow out, you know,
Yes, both one of them.
with one. And 2009 then was my last year, and I remember even the year before how, you know, having a good start of the year, and the likes of Michael Wilcox coming over going, you'll be up there, and I'm going, I still have got these things I need to sort out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see myself running, you know, right at the front.
Yes.
I want to, but I just felt, lack of track time.
Yeah.
We were always we maybe on a Tuesday night, the chain flung off at York, and it was like, that's Tuesday night gone. So then what they made it difficult was Thursday night you had to get in 3 flying laps to qualify.
To qualify, yeah.
So you couldn't really try anything.
Yeah,
you know?
you wanted to just get laps and make sure you've qualified.
Yeah. I'm not making excuses. I just felt it was one where I wish I was the you know, that lots of practice time maybe for trying different things. But again, not being a road racer as well, maybe the then experience of the likes of coming down to the fastest corner on the track, Maher's Cross, where you're coming down, especially on a 125, and it's flat out.
It's just flat.
It's pinned. And sometimes if you did roll a bit, that's you.
You've lost
so much for the next 3 miles down, you know, down towards Metropole.
Yeah.
So you had to wait 8 miles to come around and go, I have to get that right.
I'm going to try it again. Yeah.
Think
Or
the
else maybe
chicane
the gearing's out a bit.
Uh-huh.
We'll try this. It's not pulling the gearing because you've went too safe in the jets.
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
But then if you change anything especially a 2-stroke, you know, you don't know what the next day is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, there's no point in changing gear, and you're looking at headwind and all this.
Yeah.
It's not too bad on a superbike.
Yeah.
If you roll on a superbike, like that is nothing. But on a 2-stroke, it's flipping 3 seconds.
Yeah,
isn't
the
it?
125, I seem to struggle with that a wee bit. I think my last couple of years where there was a tailwind, it wouldn't even pull 6th.
Right, okay.
I was back down to 5th.
Yeah.
Flipping heck.
And did you enjoy it?
I did. I enjoyed the whole experience. I think you know, it is
Unique.
It is unique, and I think it's you do get that buzz of being part of it. You definitely do. But again, you know, as you say, it depends what way you want to sort of treat it. I always thought if I'm up round the front, brilliant. You know, I'll go for it. And that's why then you probably will take chances. I remember coming out of the Magic Roundabout, always like the approach coming up University, coming onto the Magic Roundabout through, because of watching it all in years.
Yeah.
I'm here, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's just like whether it was 15th or whatever, to come down on, you know, you're never going to experience that there on a circuit. And the crowds hanging over the hedge as well. You're not really going.
They're flapping their programs. And
But I remember coming out of it and the thing just went sideways.
Right.
And I just thought, you know, curbs.
There's a bit too much furniture.
But then a couple of miles down the road, it's forgot about. But I remember just thinking, you were supposed to just, you know, not treat this as a
you nearly forgot yourself
as a circuit, you know. But when you wanted to do well, that was forgot about. And down through the start and finish, you came to. I know that road racers are probably, and Michael Dunlop probably going, "What are you sissy?" You know, coming in with all this shit. But yeah, for me it was just coming down through. Didn't have you in the dice, but you're coming down through the first right hander. You know, you're going curb to curb.
Yeah.
You don't get that at the circuit, you know. Which is it's great buzz, but also a bit of danger.
Yeah, using the curves as berms and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, that's it.
Completely different kettle of
That's
fish.
that's just like a walk in the park for Michael, you know, and stuff like that there. And for me, I did have my last year. I did have another go at a 600 Super Sport. Funny, I was with Michael's team.
Oh yeah, with Gary Rand.
Street Sweep. So,
would you and Michael been teammates then?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Fair play to Gary.
It was
He
the
was
R6, wasn't it?
the R6, yeah. The same again is because it was like I'd won at Easter. Me and Keith and Moore had a real good ding dong at the Bishop's Court on Easter Saturday.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and same again. You had big pedigree of racers behind us and stuff like that there, and Michael, and fair play to Gary, because the year before he says, I'll get you. I don't know what was Michael's previous bike, or else it was like a bike. I'll get it the same as Michael's. You know, you go and have a go at it. You know, and fair play. But I think even though I was having a good Easter. I went to Kirkistown then and won 5. I'd won the two.
Yes, that's what I want to ask about.
I'd won the 2 125 races. I think I'd won the 250 races. I'd won the 600 race, and it was only for I think not right tire pressure in the rear. I ended up 4th because I would have been the first race or something. It was just all over the place. So having the great. So you can imagine the guys are going, "You're going to be up there to the northwest. You know, we'll give you the goods."
Yes.
Well, most of the boys were there on Easter Mondays. I think Cameron Donald was racing there, wasn't
you
he?
had that there. So you can imagine then.
The hopes are high.
Hopes are high. You're thinking, well, if not, you're definitely, you know, who's touching on the 125, you know, that sort of thing.
Yes, there's going to be one class you're going to at least, you know,
because you're on fire.
You're on fire and form.
And it just shows you that it's not guaranteed either. You know, you sort of go there, and as I say, you're expecting, because you don't, maybe the inexperience as well of you're only touching 6th gear at any of our circuits.
Just tipping it.
You're just tipping it, you know. So the 125, you're maybe in 6th and you're holding it for so long, and maybe you are playing it a wee bit safe on the jetting.
Yeah.
These guys are just coming by you, and you're like, they're disappearing. And not, as I say, not many excuses. I enjoy the whole fun, but it just never happened for us that way, you know. And the Super Sport race, I was running up the front and outbreak myself, getting up in the McGreevy. bunny hopped over a sandbag or whatever it was. I can't remember. That was it. Race over. Because I was thinking about that today, and then I think the rain came for the second Supersport race.
Oh, right, and that was it.
But that was me then. Had a good year. Trying to win that championship, won the 125 championship, 250 championship. The end of that year, I just thought, you know what? I think that's me.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Think I'll do you.
I think Mervyn White was walking through the paddock at Bishop's Court, and Mervyn White had a talk. Well, I think he was looking for somebody important.
Right.
Oh, right.
But I was talking to him anyway.
You stopped him.
I stopped him, yeah. And he was like, I'll give you 30 seconds. I'm actually looking for somebody important. No, he's great at running, and what he does is fantastic. I'm only jesting, you know. Mm-hmm. But he had sort of said that the 125s are coming to the end, you know.
Right. Yes.
He'd sort of, you know, and I sort of think, yeah, you know, that's maybe it for me then.
Right.
Because 250s were probably having their day as well. Maybe.
Yeah. There was only a couple of years left or something of them, wasn't there, really?
Yeah, so I thought it was a good time just to out, really, you know, because it's been nearly 20 years then of racing then, from 1990 to 2009.
Yeah.
And I jacked it in, and then a year later, Billy McKinstry said, you got to run out the Sunflower.
Yeah.
So it was a whole year then doing nothing.
Yeah.
And because I hadn't even went to the race, you know what it's like, Gareth, when you
don't
jack
want
it
to be
in,
there.
you don't really go for the first year, do you, to the race?
No.
So when Billy had said to me about doing the Sunflower, I just take my Super Twin out.
Yeah.
I went out, I had a couple of seventh places, sevenths,
Yeah.
and enjoyed it. But that was me. That was just.
That was done. Before we kind of go to like what life was like after race, now I want to ask you this question because I do it a wee bit myself, but riding multiple bikes in the same day, so you would have had probably at some stage maybe 4 bikes, but at least 3.
3.
How did you find it? And you were competitive in them all as well, as you say. You won 5 in a day at Easter Monday at one stage as well. Like, did you ever find it tricky bouncing off bikes, or did it come naturally to you?
It was a bit tricky, you know. It's funny. I found that in between the races, I would just go over and sit on the 600.
Would you?
Yeah, you know, because I was like, you get your head, you know, maybe you've got half an hour lunch or whatever, and just, you know, in the garage, I'd be sitting on it because it was tricky enough. It was, you know, the 125, because then you had to take me away, especially as you say, you want to get the corner first. You want to know what gear you want to be in, because you remember maybe you were in the 250, you went down 2 gears for that. Yeah. And the 125, you know, you had all this going on.
Yeah, no, I fully understand.
So I'm sure you've probably done that with a Super Twin yourself.
I've obviously done similar to you, or I've rode like a Super Twin 600 and Superbike, obviously in the same day, like. But I just never really had someone else I could speak to you about, you know what I mean, what's our process. But it's interesting to hear that you actually bounce on the bike beforehand and get it into your head. Yeah. Where I normally go out of pit lane and try to do the fastest half a lap I've ever had, like, and that kind of gets it in my weird wee head, like. Yeah, because I used to hear from your guys going through that there, I suppose, in their head, a lap. Just in general. Yeah. As to what their approach would be. You know, I'm sure Philip has talked maybe a lot about that, you know, about... I
would not want to be in his head.
No, you wouldn't. No.
What was going through his head, you know. Maybe he had it won even before he went out, you know. It was all a mind game. But yeah, for me, because of the 125 being so slight, getting on the 250 wasn't so bad. You could just jam it on the brakes, down the gears, you know, and figure it out as a lap 2. You know, what you're done, but then when you're getting on the 600, I found it, I sort of started moving over and sitting on it as the race approached.
I started getting the feel.
You know, like, right, I'll be down 2 gears for that one there or whatever.
I always struggled with the 125, so I rode a 125, and then I had Davy Glover's R6, and I couldn't transfer myself over. It would have took me 2 or 3 laps. It just felt like I was running wide in warm-up laps and all, you know, and it was horrible. But the 250, 600, Superbike, no problem.
But does the 125? I think
The
that's
125.
well,
I
that's
think it was
massive
too
jump,
far away.
like.
It was too
it
far away.
was too far away. Well,
Yeah.
Darren Lindsay, he was doing it. You know, so they were breaking the mold. You know, Joey Joey broke the mold.
Yeah.
Joey Dunlop was the first probably
Yeah.
to do it. And how he done, you know, on a TT.
Do you think it's beneficial being like a journeyman like that? Like being able to ride multiple types of different bikes, or do you think it's detrimental to people?
You know, I think it helped me, because then I was ready. As soon as I jumped on the 125, the way I looked at it was,
You know what the track's like before anyone else.
You're
That's the
already
way I approach it as well.
yeah. And generally, you jumping off a 250, and not even mention the 600, jumping off the 250 onto the 125, you were thinking just nobody's going to get past me.
It was a toy.
Yeah,
Bird.
you know, you were just gonna ride it harder.
Yeah.
You know, and probably vice versa, jumping off the 600 on the 250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna ride it hard. You were ready for it. What probably disadvantaged me was then some of the superbike guys jumping onto the Supersport 600. Now that I think about it,
Yes.
especially at the Northwest,
I felt
You
like
know,
a toy to them.
and maybe they could ride harder.
Yeah.
And again, they were maybe jumping. You know, they had
Yeah.
you could ride the Supersport, where I was like, Supersport's quick enough for me.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
fast.
ample.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fast enough for me.
Did you
You
ever
know?
do much on a superbike yourself?
I rode one. Funny enough, it was EMS, but it was the stock.
Okay.
It was the stock 1000. I think.
Was that a Gixxer, was it?
Yeah. So Michael Laverty had won a round of the European Championship for
Right,
him,
okay, yeah.
and they came to Mandello. I think I had dabbled in the Supersport Honda. And it says here, take a run, and I think it took me all weekend to get up there, but I think I ended up, I did win. So I've got one superbike
Brilliant.
race win to my name,
Flipping out.
which was at Mandello, and it was the stock 1000.
Yeah, stock thousands. I see.
That
You
was-
dabbled a wee bit in superbike as well then.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a stock 1000, and I think it still had treaded tires, because that
Right.
was that's what they
That's
had to
probably,
run.
yeah, it was probably like super stock type rules where you had to run it.
So
yeah.
you had Mike Swan, you had Rodney McCurdy, you had
Let's
but I
see.
had a so it took me, you know,
Yeah.
it was like 5th, 4th Saturday, you know, Sunday, and worked
And
my way
just
up.
came.
And the last race, actually, it was great, because the last race then was like the Leinster 100 or something.
Yes.
I can't remember what it
Oh,
was.
wee bit of cash.
But it was prize money and a new exhaust system up for grabs as well.
Oh.
And I had a ding dong. I had a race with Denver Rob.
Yeah.
After he's going to knock my pan in.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we.
Big Denver.
It was probably 2 corners from the last, and I
Dashing for cash, man.
stuck it, and he did not like it.
No.
No, Denver's a really good guy. We're good friends,
Yeah.
but that was hot and heavy too.
Class.
He's a typical two-stroke rider, that's what.
I think these Slaters never went flying. I seen a gap, I went for it, which on the big bike,
Yeah.
The gap wasn't big enough.
it was a big gap. He was doing those nice big swooping lines.
I'm sure you're.
I stuck it there, and he he didn't want to, he didn't lift up as you do, like, so it clash, but we still got
Yeah,
get
yeah.
round.
Oh, you just didn't come off? Like,
It didn't
it's
come off,
still-
no, we still get round.
Brilliant.
But he probably thought that they had to race one.
Race one.
Sorry, Denver.
Yeah. Taste your dinner up the
I
way
was
home.
like taking a big opportunity.
Yeah.
I could, but it didn't really lead to anywhere. But yeah. So it's
Class.
It's good you brought it up. It's
Yeah.
good memories. So that was a superbike win then. So as my dad always says, I've got an 80cc win, I've had a 125 win, I've had a 200cc win, a 250cc win,
Flip's sake.
600cc win,
On 1,000.
1,000.
So we just need to get to the sidecar one and get more after that.
Yeah. Charlie O'Neill come back out of retirement and
Yeah.
I'm back and do
What
that.
would be your proudest moment then?
Proudest, probably the sunflower, winning a sunflower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Any sunflowers, yeah.
Yeah. I think because that was for me the be all and end all. It's probably lost.
Even over Brands Hatch and all them.
It's probably lost now, yeah, because there's so much, you know, the riders, their expectations. But for me, growing up,
Well, yeah, I appreciate what you say because the sunflower, like, even from my era, like, and I'm obviously a bit younger than you guys, like, it's still.
You're not that much younger.
I'm a bit younger, but
I look younger.
It's still like I still hold the sunflower in high regard. Like whether I was racing BSB or not, it's still like.
Have you ever won a sunflower?
Yeah.
Superbike?
Not Superbike.
Not yet.
yeah, not the sunflower.
No, not the actual trophy race.
yeah,
Like, but
sunflower
I've won
trophy.
600 races and sunflower
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like. But no, it's still
Well,
one.
winning your first one, I'm sure, probably. I'm sure you're probably British champion, and then you came to sunflower. Was that, or did you win the sunflower before you went to England?
I won a sunflower before I went to
You
England.
won it in R6, didn't you?
No, on a Triumph.
Was it?
But aye, years ago. But no, it's still like a. Still, I hold it high regard, like.
Yeah.
So I appreciate, even in your era, like, it was, you know, hot and heavy to win it, like.
Yeah, no, I've got the biggest trophy that I have is from the Silverstone win at the MRO, because they treated it. It was such a big event. It was like a proper British championship.
Yeah.
So we've got this right.
Yeah.
The massive, like what you would probably get for winning the British championship.
Yeah, British championship race.
championship race.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd probably be the proudest would be winning the sunflower race. 'Cause I remember my first one. Like I remember winning the first one, going down the back straight.
Big hands in the air, boy.
Trying to stand up. No, it doesn't work. No, 125, you know.
That's when the sunflower would have been televised as well.
Yeah. That's it.
Class.
It was just like the ultimate for me, anyway. As I
Yeah.
say, and that's all I wanted to do was just try and make it to the top in the Irish Championship, and
Yeah.
While
As I
still
say.
enjoying it.
yeah. As I say, they were all them guys were all heroes to me, you know. And they get up there and win, you know.
Did you have any regrets?
No, not really. No, I don't think so. No, just
Would you have liked to push more at the British side of things or into European, because you were obviously competitive for
Like,
it?
you're obviously
Yeah.
talented enough, like.
that would probably
there's no
be
doubt
a
about
regret.
that.
That would probably be a regret because Steve Patrickson and stuff was really, you know, when you meet these guys, because you think, as I say, for years, British champions used to come over to this. Used to come over to Sunflower, but they used to come to the Northwest.
Yeah.
You know, you had just these names, you know.
Yeah.
But then when you're over there, you know, you're just like, oh, you need any help? There's a shout. You're Steve Patterson, you know. And you're out racing with them as well.
They were just as humble.
Yeah. You had a good run there. You
Yeah.
effort coming over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is probably a wee regret that we didn't follow that up. You know, we formed these here good wee relationships and then boom, just disappeared.
Yes.
Couldn't get back over. You know, probably could have pushed. You know, as you say, that's probably his wee regrets. Could have been on the phone, Steve. I'm not where to ride. You know, is there anybody over there? You know, these things years maybe later you go. So that probably is a wee bit.
Just a wee small niggle, like.
Probably is a wee bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because even Michael Laverty at the time was saying, Mark, you'll definitely keep going, you'll make it to the front, you know, the British Championship. I think he was sort of, obviously we're going to prize givings after the Sunflower in 2001 as well, you know, and going keep out. They probably had the big drive. Maybe I was getting a bit older.
Yeah.
You know, getting a bit older. Because I say he was only 18. By then I was 27.
Old hand.
Jesus.
You know, for me, yeah. Probably just lost all the drive, but maybe just thought,
Well, you probably
I
said
missed my
you're.
vote. You know, that's it. It's over, you know. And where am I going to get all that sponsorship to go over, you know, and do it again? Stuff like that. Maybe I've just missed my chance. It's one of them things.
Just one of them things.
Yeah.
And so, after you quit racing, like, I suppose you didn't look at any motorbike racing, or did you just have to just let it be a part of your life for a while, or what way did you approach it?
Jacked it in and then didn't really go near any races. Obviously, I got married in 2008.
Oh, now it's coming out.
So
Terrible, depleted.
The ball and chain.
now Lisa has been great. She's had her fair share of health problems as well. You know, about 3 years ago, she was diagnosed with blood cancer, non-Hodgkin's disease. Now, she has a lupus, a blood disorder, and I suppose until we used to just get away scot-free, you know, until you meet somebody, obviously you're married to somebody that actually has had sort of health problems.
Yeah.
You know, you realise then no trips to the hospital, stuff like that. There is a lot of other stuff that goes on in life, you know. But yeah, that was a shocker. But she got through all the chemo and stuff like that there.
Brilliant.
And she's great now. She's in remission and stuff like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but that there, I was trying to get to the racing to help Phil when he came back, trying to get as much. But then she had her stuff going on. But then it was also good to get back to the racing, back to the paddock.
Yes,
because you sort of, I tried to, say I'm probably skipping a wee bit because it did go. I did help out the Keelan,
the Irwin brothers. Yes, that's right. You got them going.
And Reese Irwin. Well, it was more Keelan. Reese was sort of
tagging along,
but he was sort of he was more still progressing from the motocross, whatever.
Okay,
so it was more Keelan really, because Ivan we sort of all got in touch. We knew each other from the 90s. Ivan was living up in Belfast because he was working in Montupet, I think it was. And it was all family friends and stuff like that there. So I knew Ivan, and then he had got in touch and says, "No, the Keelan's gonna go from motocross to,
on the
gonna do
stuff.
the track day or whatever you would call it, the assessment days and stuff." So I went along and helped and stuff like that there. That was good. And I hadn't really been to many races before there. Carl Phillips, with Joe. I'd been to a few as well, and try to help out as much as I could, really. So and that was good. But
did you ever think about doing mentorship then?
But doing what?
Being like a mentor to the other people, or was it ever anything you ever?
Well, really, it was just through anybody who's willing to listen. Like it's just
anyone who asked and anyone.
Just I'm sure like everybody in the paddock, ex racers or whatever. It was just more, Ryan Farquhar's great for that there. I mean, I remember going over to Ryan and asking him, because Carl was dipping he was only going into Supersport. I was had Max on. The first person I thought of was Ryan Farquhar. He was having issues, and I went over to Ryan and asked him about the basic settings and stuff. Oh yeah, told me straight away. Right. It's great. That's what you do. You probably all had this thing where he's an aim. You don't go over and bother him. Go over.
Like you and Joey.
That's it. I was given.
You
but then you go and go, you actually talk to me. That's.
Because you're thinking, wow, they are actually human.
Yeah, they're actually human. Exactly. Because you put them up in this here pedestal, don't you? And anybody is sort of willing to listen. And I say with Carl, once they get into that stage, you may be doing a wee bit of spotting and stuff like that there for them. And I done a wee bit of spotting for an Irish champion there, and he was doing very well too. I tried to go over and tell him where he was going wrong, but they were too busy looking at their laptops.
On their laptops, these old waves and all that.
No,
exactly.
I always
because
appreciate your help.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Maybe that's what it is. Listening to Keelan on your other podcast, it's it's a lot more advanced than what I can do. But if you can see something that maybe the rear is moving around a wee bit more, that's something.
Sometimes you do have to analog yourself as well a wee bit.
Yeah, you have to back to basics.
Back to basics a wee bit. And me and you do have chats all the time, like about bits and pieces. Which I appreciate. Like
the computer doesn't pick up your body position. Or unless does it, are you wearing sensors and stuff?
I was wearing sensors up my ass.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no,
So-
I think that's what it is. I think it's just anybody that's willing to listen, really. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Phil Martin, because Phil Martin, look at what he's done as a crew chief.
Yeah.
Because Phil was there going back to Michael Laverty days.
I would have probably seen Phil right
Yeah,
back
he
at the
was
very,
there.
very
He
start.
was there. You know, with Michael's dad, Mickey. You know,
Yeah.
standing there going, looking at me, going, "You're the target." And I remember Phil. You know,
Yeah,
brilliant people.
fantastic.
Brilliant people, just win, lose or draw, smiling, and look how far. Obviously, Eugene got far with Phil, but look how far Phil got.
I always considered one of the best crew chiefs in the world now.
Yeah, and such a down to earth guy. I love bumping into him.
Tell you what he's not done.
Huh?
Tell you what he's not done.
This
Comedy corner.
podcast.
Well,
Phil, answer your phone, will you?
Please.
I would say you have tried.
Oh,
Yeah.
aye, sometimes, a couple times.
I would say, yeah.
We need a big name like Mark Lunney to entice. you know.
Entice.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Maybe he'll listen to this here and think, if he gets a bit of time off, I suppose it's going to be another interesting year for him. So
Yeah, it's going to be a busy one. Like,
busy year.
It's going to be a
but
busy
I would
one.
say he'd put Phil on the list. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
be great, because I love that too.
He'd have some sort.
You know, I can see that there is where you're, because I would be the same, where it's like these questions you just love to ask. You know,
Yeah, that's where it's like podcasts are absolutely fantastic, because the likes of yourself, the likes of other people, I get to ask questions that I just want to ask personally.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not the only person who wants to ask these questions, so it's nice, you know, to be doing these.
Yeah, I know, that's it. I think it's good, as I say, that back, you know, the background. You know, I remember years ago me even going over to somebody maybe and asking them, and they just didn't know. What gear are you running there? I just don't know. They were being honest. They weren't being rude.
Yeah.
They were just like, you know.
It's whatever around last weekend.
yeah. You know, I was looking at the technical side of it, you know.
Yeah.
And what suspension dials, you know, like.
Yeah.
Up and down.
So yeah, that all shifted. I suppose you had to use your head.
Yeah.
You had to like not only ride well, you know, race well, but also, you know,
Yeah.
Feedback and
and
if
think
you
about
wanted
what
to-
it's
Aye,
doing.
there's a lot to it now, unfortunately, like, but that's just the way kind of racing's went.
Yeah, that's it. It's just, but you go saying back to Phil there. Phil is like all guns blazing. 76. He will be in March.
That
22nd.
is unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
Phil,
would,
Phil Lunney, not
yeah,
Phil Martin.
Phil, sorry.
I should have kept that.
Phil with the old grey.
The OG factory
Phil.
Phil.
Me. He'll have not come on the podcast and tell him he's hitting 76. No, my uncle Phil.
Yeah.
My uncle Phil.
I can't believe he's hitting 76.
That's wild.
Is the class looking for it?
He sent me a photo.
Oh, he's a
today.
fit man.
Oh, yeah, show us the photo.
Yeah, so he's got new leathers. New fitted leathers. He's done away with the old
the crow trees.
The crow trees, which he had
Jeez, I'll buy
from
them off him.
1988.
Sound like something out of Lord of the Rings or something.
Oh,
Crow trees.
The crow trees are class.
So these are his new leathers. I thought they were actually, so they're obviously designed to look like the crow trees. So there's new leathers.
they're
So
hard.
somebody already has done the wee thing.
Grumpy get racing.
Grumpy getting racing, you know.
We'll have to fire that up on the socials.
Yeah, send that over and we'll put it up.
He sent me that. I'm proud of him, you know.
Yeah.
And he's proud as punch, and he's showing obviously
That's
his
class.
leathers.
Brilliant.
That's awesome.
And now it's your turn.
Yeah.
For
When's
it's
your
payback.
comeback?
Well, I'm happy just to go and help him. To
Just
be
help
honest
him.
with you.
That
I
sounds
did-
like something in the pipeline.
I did have a few runs out at the Classic Festival.
In Bishop's Court, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a great event.
Yeah.
Aye, that was a bit crack, like.
I mean, that has really taken off. But
Yeah.
wow, you know what can happen when you know when
Would it spark anything, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, interviewing Ago and all that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So I was lucky enough then to get a few runs out, and it definitely brought back a few memories for me. But I think I will just leave it at that. There,
Would
I think
you?
I think the Classic Bike Festival maybe.
Would you not take your E125 out?
Maybe if we get it all built up and
Yeah.
stuff like that there, yeah. But I think just parade laps are
Yeah.
A few flying laps is alright for me, you know. I have been asked maybe because they are running races at it now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it was for me. I like to keep fit, you know. I do.
Yeah.
I do like my mountain biking. I've done everything from 80k trail runs from fucking Donard Park to Ross Trevor. You know, all these things you do to try and replace motorbike racing.
Yeah, try and keep your mind on it.
You know, and it's also to keep your mind right. Keep your mind right. You know, all these here challenges. You know, mountain bike. I've done the Red Bull Fox Hunt.
Oh, flip.
You know, that was an experience too, mad experience. So I was
And Ross Trevor.
So I was enjoying my mountain biking, enjoying crack with the lads. You know, they've all went e-bikes, which I probably will do. You know, but from trail running to that there, I'm happy. You know what I say. And
are you content with your racing then?
Oh, yeah. So if we get the odd track day, and as I say, Carl Phillips will be going to England hopefully this year. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I've heard a few things.
Yeah,
But
fingers crossed.
I seen something on social media the other day there, but we'll keep it at
Yeah.
that.
It's always hard for plans, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, what's going to happen. But
Well, I know a few old hands are coming back out of retirement. As in,
that's the last thing I need is Mark Lunney up the hole.
McAdoo looking at second rider.
that's why I'm keeping myself trained.
just in case.
I'm waiting for the phone call. You know.
Big Power Rangers, go!
yeah.
Oh, class.
So it's just no. I'm content. You know, to watch you guys as well. I mean, the Irish Championship is great to watch. You guys, you know, it's so competitive as well.
It's something else now, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, no, it's good to be a part
it
of
had it seemed to have a wee bit of a lull, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
it's probably because I was on it.
I brought Saxy back, you see.
Well, the commentator, I would say, no, he has a lot to do with it too.
I don't know. Nobody listens.
No, I would say you've done a good job. You know, and I'm going to do always bumping your dad, Rod. I'd say it's fantastic. You know,
Thanks very much.
I remember obviously Big D.
Yeah.
Derek Mason.
Yeah.
It's great when you watch some of the YouTube of the old races. You can hear him in the
hear him in the
background.
background,
It just brings you back.
Yeah.
You know,
It's great. It's such an iconic voice, isn't it? Like,
and
just goes through
George
you.
McCann. George McCann.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
passed away too.
2 meter man.
You know, these guys, Alan Drysdale.
Yeah.
I think Alan Drysdale would have done a lot of the Sunflower ones as well when I was
did,
racing.
yeah.
You know, all these years now. I think
He does a lot of the car stuff now, the rallying and all now.
No, I think you're doing a great job because it's hard enough to keep it all going.
I wouldn't want this job anyway, like.
No, it's a sore throat at the end of the day.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Are we ready for the big one?
We're ready for the big one, I think.
Whose week is it?
It's bound to be your week. I
Bound
think
to
I've
be
done
my
2 in a
week.
row.
Right. Have you watched?
Yes,
podcast?
yeah.
This is going to be the first one he's done his homework, is it?
Yes,
unreal.
I've been racking my brain since
Unreal.
since you texted me.
Right, so
Cogs are turning.
this makes life a bit easier for me. So
Oh, gosh.
obviously 20 years of racing throughout many paddocks, you know the score, man. Who's the biggest nutbag you ever met?
See, when you say nutbag, so I mean, can I change it to who's the biggest character?
Absolutely
yeah,
not.
it's
Who's the
that.
biggest nutbag?
Glue. I've already going to say glue bag.
Because glue bag. 'cause
Yeah.
I don't.
Who's the biggest character?
I know a couple of the big characters,
Yes.
but they may be offended if you just call them actually nutcases.
Oh, right, okay.
I've never really known any sort of nutcases, you know.
You've never, jeez, must run about decent crowds, I tell you.
We're not talking about like.
Yeah, we're not talking about real, like, you know, just
as you say,
white
characters,
coats
characters.
like on the border to get caught by the white coats.
Isn't that what they used to say? Don't bring a nutcase to the race because you're going to meet a nutcase.
You're going to meet
There'll be one there.
I know. I had plenty of stories. I had some more stories too. You know of some of the crack.
Well,
But yes, this
You're in the right place.
you're in the right place.
yeah. You know, we had wee flashbacks because a cousin of mine used to bring him to the races with me, and growing up, and he was my wee gopher, you know.
Yeah.
And when we get together now, I say wee cousin, he's 40.
Yeah.
What do we talk about? Darren Lindsay, you know. What a guy! Because when we were racing at the Northwest 200, we were all in the truck. I think it was a Stony Ford concrete. I used to bring
Trevor Lackey.
He used to bring his big trailer, so everybody had digs, you know. And obviously maybe a lock-in down at the anchor during the week, you know, come back to there, all lying, all shapes. and Danny, the next day, was told by Darren Lindsay, he says, "You have the smelliest feet I have ever smelled in all my life." So when we get together, what does Danny always say to me? "Do you remember Darren?" And he would laugh his head off, you know.
Smelt my feet.
He would always just laugh his head off and go, "Oh, Darren, what a character," you know. He would always say to me about my smelly feet. You know, brilliant. But as I say, getting back, the biggest characters, thinking about it, Darren Gawley, he's a big character.
Yeah.
Oh, he's well in this category, like.
Darren Gawley. We were at one of them black tie events, you know, the Ramada one, you know, and Darren is just the type of guy that it doesn't matter who you are. I think it was the time Lawrence Capirossi was over.
Yeah.
And of course you're on your best behaviour, Lawrence Capirossi, and Darren's just coming over going, "Boy, you're small." You know,
Didn't care.
and it's great. It's just great crack. You know, listening to Eugene Laverty's podcast again. You know, that's like me. I'm quiet.
Yeah.
But see when you've got somebody like that there, you just enjoy the crack. Or somebody that bounce off, you know. And it was just brilliant, you know. And I think that's Darren, because it doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah. You'll get a bit of crack out of you.
Bit of crack, you know. You used to walk past, you know. Next, you know, you're doing very well. Next thing you know, be wearing them bloody Oakleys.
Yeah.
You know, just brilliant. Great racer. So I would say he big character. Big Mark Kelly.
Big man.
Big man. Another big character. That's why I would want to say.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Same again. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, bit of crack. So I think that would be.
There are two good choices.
Good steam. Big Kelly.
Yeah, I think we're going to get him on here soon as well. Like,
put him on the list.
I remember the race against Kelly. I remember racing against Darren Gawley. He done the mini bikes.
Did he?
Yeah. I remember, was it St Angelo maybe we done?
Yeah.
Somewhere we done mini bikes.
Yes. Did he break a leg?
Yeah.
I remember him at the Sunfire.
Yeah.
With the,
hobbling along.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he used to ride. Was it a Beta or something? I remember. Bellata, was it?
Bellata.
I can't remember.
And
fuck, he was quick, even on the wee bike.
Yeah.
Just whatever he sat on, he was quick on. Like.
His young son now, Ethan, doing very well in motocross.
In the British. Yeah.
So Darren, I think he's kept very busy.
He's kept.
You know,
he never sits down, does he? Darren?
So a future star.
Yeah. Seems to be.
And keep an eye out for the goalies.
Yeah. Mark, it's been fantastic. It's been one of the best podcasts.
Absolute pleasure.
Thanks, Korie.
Absolute pleasure.
Thanks, Gareth. Been brilliant.
Gentlemen.
Hope we'll maybe come back as well. Maybe talk about some more crack.
You're always welcome.
Absolutely.
Shoot a bit of shit.
Yeah.
Speak soon, man.
Yes,
Thank
good
you.
man. Cheers, buddy.
Thank you, mate.